How to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your mind. Your personal guide to continuous improvement. Dominic Ficini. CI Books. Read by the author HalleluYAH Christian. This book will show you exactly how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. How to avoid becoming unloved, disrespected, sad, sick, and poor. How to use the unlimited power of your mind to get whatever you truly want. How to change any beliefs you have that are hurting you. How to set goals that get you excited. How to motivate yourself to take continuous action towards your goals. What questions you need to ask yourself in order to come up with great ideas. How to make anything more valuable. How your mind works. How to have more control over your mind. What you need to do to continuously improve your mind. Why it's so important for you to continuously improve your mind. Where to find the absolute best products available on your mind today, and much more. ISBN 18847550003. Currently out of print. CI Books, a division of CI Publishing. This book will show you exactly how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. How to avoid becoming unloved, disrespected, sad, sick, and poor. How to use the unlimited power of your mind to get whatever you truly want. How to change any beliefs you have that are hurting you. How to set goals that get you excited. How to motivate yourself to take continuous action toward your goals. What questions you need to ask yourself in order to come up with great ideas. How to make anything more valuable. How your mind works. How to have more control over your mind. What you need to do to continuously improve your mind. Why it's so important for you to continuously improve your mind. Where to find the absolute best products available on your mind today, and much more. Quantity sales. CI Books are available at special quantity discounts when purchased in bulk by corporations, organizations, or groups. For more information, write to CI Books, P.O. Box 601, Department 100, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan 48303, 0601. Attention Director, Diversified Sales. That address is no longer valid. Please specify how you intend to use the books: promotion, resale, fundraising, etc. Individual sales. Are there any CI books you want but cannot find in your bookstore? If so, you can order them directly from us. You can get any CI book currently in print. For a complete up-to-date listing of our books and information on how to order, write to CI Books, P.O. Box 601, Department 100, Bloomfield Hill, Michigan 48303, 0601. That address is no longer valid. How to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your mind. Dominic Ficini, CI Books, a division of Continuous Improvement Publishing. How to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your mind. Copyright 1994 by Dominic Ficini. Published in the United States by CI Books, a division of CI Publishing. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be used, reproduced, or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical, photocopying, recording, or by any informational storage and retrieval system without the prior written permission from the publisher, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical articles and reviews. For information, write to CI Books, P.O. Box 601, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, 48303-0601. That address is no longer valid, but I'm also giving anyone that's watching this video complete Commonwealth rights. You can use this however you like for free. That means you could make an audio recording of it, put it on CDs and sell it. I don't mind. Whatever you want to do to make money, get creative. Library of Congress catalog number 9394241. ISBN 1-88-4755-003. Photography by Licata, 39979 Van Dyke, Sterling Heights, Michigan, 48313-4631, 313-939-1000. Cover design by Dominic Ficini. Text design by Dominic Ficini. Proofread by Dominic Ficini. Edited by Dominic Ficini. Indexed by Dominic Ficini. Cover photo by Anthony C. Licata III. First CI Books printing, February 1994. Printed and bound in the United States of America. This book is dedicated to my mother, Patricia, my father, Roger, and my sister, Rachel, my brother, Roger, my son, Tyler, and my daughter, Dominique, whom I truly love and respect. Now, Dominique, her name became Ashley. And today I dedicate this reading to my family, whoever's alive still, Patricia, Rachel, Roger, my son, Tyler, Ashley, and Amanda, and then David Christian II, Faith Christian, or Faith Precious Christian, my daughters, my other children, Gabriel Christian, Isaiah Christian, and Remy Bacon. Acknowledgement. I want to thank the man who has helped me learn how to help myself, Anthony Robbins. And I want to acknowledge my Master and Savior, Yahushua, I am he who saves, Messiah. Contents. 5, Introduction. 11, the best way to use this book. 13, personal perfection. 16, life. 19, responsibility. 22, knowledge. 25, mental knowledge. 30, power. 33, pain. 59, pleasure. 83, your brain. 86, your mind. 89, self-esteem. 94, mental self-esteem. 97, love. 106, mental love. 108, respect. 116, mental respect. 118, happiness. 128, mental happiness. 130, health. 139, mental health. 143, wealth. 152, mental wealth. Contents. 154, effort. 160, mental effort. 162, relaxation. 164, mental relaxation. 168, communication. 172, information. 179, language. 183, thought. 188, memory. 192, to learn. 195, to remember. 197, an idea. 209, focus. 217, awareness. 220, to understand. 235, to realize. 239, experience. 242, to study. 247, to teach. 251, education. 255, a fact. 259, a belief. 266, your conscience. 270, your consciousness. 274, honesty. 277, logic. 282, value. 284, improvement. 288, self-improvement. 293, success. 294, failure. 296, desire. 299, motivation. 303, a goal. 315, a system. 320, a mental system. 326, decision. 333, commitment. 337, afterward. 339, definitions, content order. 345, definitions, alphabetical order. 351, index. Introduction. What exactly is this book about, and how can you benefit by reading it? Simply stated, this book is a guide to understanding many important basic truths about life. By reading this book, you'll gain a clearer understanding of these important basic truths. After you have this clearer understanding, you'll gain much more control over your life. You'll also gain a clearer understanding of exactly what you truly want and exactly what you'll truly need to do to get it. This book will give you the basic life knowledge that you'll need to have to gain true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you're wondering who I am and what background I have that would enable me to write a book about how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then please let me introduce myself. My name is Dominic Ficini. Today, my name is David Yah Christian, and I was born and raised in Sterling Heights, Michigan. While I was growing up, I was always very outgoing and truly loved to try new things and meet new people. When I found myself in high school trying to make new friends, I realized that I needed to make some very important changes. You see, by the age of 15, I was 6'2" and weighed only 135 pounds. As you can imagine, I was very thin and had very little muscle, body fat, or anything else for that matter, except skin and bone. I wasn't very attractive, and I didn't receive much attention from anyone else unless other people were making fun of me. I was in desperate need of some respect. Instead of giving up on life, I decided to find a new way to improve my body. I remember going to my public library and checking out a book on weight training. I studied it and then actually used what I had learned. It wasn't easy. I had to work very hard and do everything just right in order for my body to grow. By the time I was 17, I had finally normalized my body. I was 6'2" and weighed a solid 170 pounds. By that point, I was convinced that I had the power to change my future with the right knowledge. I fell in love with learning and with the great potential that I felt with this new understanding. After I finished high school, I found myself studying full-time at Oakland University to become a mechanical engineer. At the same time, I was working 40 hours a week as a cook to pay for my bills. Things were happening very slowly, and I was beginning to realize that life was much more complicated than I'd thought. I wasn't happy with things, so I began to search for new knowledge to help change my life. I was very fortunate early on because I had the opportunity to listen to some tapes by a man that helped change my life forever. The man's name was Anthony Robbins. He not only inspired me, but he introduced me to knowledge and techniques that were truly powerful and effective. Ever since then, I've been continuously searching for new tools, new techniques, and new information that can truly make a difference. I now have over 24 years of experience in life. Today, I have 52 years of experience. I've read over 500 books on how to improve my mind, my emotions, my body, and my relationships, and I still continue to search for better information every day. In this book, I've taken the absolute best of what I've learned, and I've broken it down into what I call basic truths. Basic truths are things that are true today, were true yesterday, and will always be true tomorrow. I've written this book so that my children, my family, and my friends, and you, the listener, will have the knowledge that they'll need to have in order to gain true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. There's always room for improvement. That saying holds true for everything that we do and for every area of our lives. However, continuous improvement is not easy. It's a never-ending journey full of challenges and obstacles. But the rewards include ever-increasing true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, just to name a few. Realize that if there were no challenges or obstacles in your life, then you would never grow as a human being. This is the only life that you have to live, so make the most of it. Look at every mistake or tragedy as a lesson learned. Move on with that new knowledge and try not to let it happen again. If you find yourself making the same mistakes over and over again, then simply think of them as a reminder that you need to change whatever you're doing and try something new. The only way you can fail is if you decide to give up or stop trying. So simply decide that no matter what happens in your life, you'll always keep learning and growing. Some of the greatest lessons that I've ever learned were the results of mistakes made by myself or by those around me. Always remember that you can learn from the mistakes that other people make as well as from your own mistakes. If you think life, or anything else for that matter, as being too complex, then the most logical thing to do is to study it. It's a good idea to break things down into smaller units so that you can understand them more easily. That's exactly what I've done for you with this book. I've broken your mind down into smaller units so that you'll be able to easily understand exactly what you need to do to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. This book has not been written so that after you read it once, you'll want to put it on a shelf. It has been written and organized in a very clear and easy to understand order so that you'll truly enjoy reading it over and over again. Think of this book as your personal guide to continuous improvement. If you read it over and over again for the rest of your entire life, then you'll always understand exactly what you need to do to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. The best way to use this book: 1, absolutely commit yourself to truly wanting to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. 2, absolutely commit yourself to truly wanting to do whatever it will take for you to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. 3, absolutely commit yourself to truly wanting to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. 4, absolutely commit yourself to truly wanting to do whatever it will take for you to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. 5, review this book once each month and then actually use what you learn. Personal perfection. Personal perfection is your power to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Nobody's perfect. That's because no matter how good you are at something, you can always become even better. As human beings, we have the power to continuously improve whatever we want to, but what it all comes down to is whether or not we have a good enough reason to truly want to continuously improve something. No one can ever be perfect, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to become as humanly perfect as we can. Personal perfection is your power to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. When you begin to continuously improve yourself, even if it's just a little bit each day, you'll be amazed at what a difference it'll make. When you were a child, didn't you often think about growing up and becoming better? Of course you did, and that's because we're all born with the desire to grow and become more. So what happened to your dreams? Have you forgotten what they are? Or have you stopped thinking about them because you've stopped believing that they can come true? Let that child inside of you live again. Give yourself the gift of being young at heart, and don't ever be afraid to dream the impossible. When someone first dreamt about flying, people used to say, "Stop dreaming." Now millions of people fly every day. When someone first dreamt about landing on the moon, which I don't believe we did, people used to say, "Stop dreaming." Now landing on the moon is part of history and we're on our way to Mars. No, we're not. The next time someone tells you to stop dreaming, just remember that today's dreams will be tomorrow's future. You already have the power to continuously improve yourself and every area of your life. You simply haven't given yourself a good enough a reason to truly want to continuously improve. If you use your personal perfection, I can promise you that you'll soon find yourself living your dreams, like I'm living my dreams today as the co-founder of Helpology. And we ask the Helpology question, what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? Life. Life is the order of your experiences. And there you have it, the meaning of life. Do you know where you can find the answer to the meaning of life? You can find the answer in the dictionary. In fact, the answer to any question that you ever have is out there somewhere. You just have to keep searching for it. And today you can just Google it. Life is the order of your experiences. Your life is made up of your experiences. In fact, your entire life is made up of your mental, emotional, physical, and relational experiences, period. And I would say spiritual. 1, mental refers to your mind. 2, emotional refers to your emotions or feelings. 3, physical refers to your body. 4, relational refers to your relationships. Be sure to realize that the quality of your life is based on the quality of your experiences, and that your experiences are always based on 1, the control that you have over your thoughts, your focus. 2, what you think about, information. 3, how you think about something, communication. Remember, if you focus on pain and sorrow, then you'll experience pain and sorrow. And if you focus on pleasure and joy, then you'll experience pleasure and joy. If you're always thinking about how terrible your life is and how terrible your life could be, then you will live a terrible life. But if you're always thinking about how wonderful your life is and how wonderful your life could be, then you will live a wonderful life. The choice is always yours. Now that you clearly understand that your life is made up of your experiences, you need to 1, decide exactly what it is that you truly want to experience. 2, focus on it. 3, go for it 100%. To me, the meaning of life is continuous improvement. That's because if you continuously improve yourself and every area of your life, then you'll eventually gain much more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth than you ever dreamt possible. Responsibility. Responsibility is your power of being in control. Responsibility is a power that you have, but what exactly is responsibility? Responsibility is your power of being in control. When you think a thought, who's in control of that thought? You are. When you feel a feeling, who's in control of that feeling? You may not realize it, but you are. And when you take an action, who's in control of that action? You are. As a human being, you have the power of being in control of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future. Realize that you think a thought first, and then you feel a feeling or take an action based on that thought. Your feelings and your actions are always based on what you're thinking about. So you'll have more control over your feelings and your actions if you have more control over your thoughts. If you weren't in control of or responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future, then you wouldn't be in control of your life. Your entire life would be controlled by someone else. You'd have no power to make your own choices or decisions. Fortunately, you and you alone are responsible for every area of your life. Your life is no one else's responsibility but your own, except for the fact that your parents are responsible for you until you are 18 years old and able to take care of yourself. No matter what condition your life is in right now, realize that you have made the choices that have directly or indirectly resulted in the way that your life is right now. By realizing that you alone are responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future, you'll begin to realize that you have complete control over your entire life. So it's up to you to use that control to make your life become exactly the way you truly want it to be, because no one else will do it for you. Knowledge is the understanding of information. We've all heard how important it is to have knowledge, but what exactly is knowledge? Knowledge is the understanding of information. There's a big difference between knowing something and having knowledge. To know something is to simply have that information stored in your memory. You might know a lot about something, but still not understand it. And if you don't understand something, then it will not increase your knowledge. Knowing simply comes from having information. Knowledge comes from both having information and understanding that information. So, knowing more is the first step, and understanding more is the second step. Knowing more can increase your knowledge, but only if you understand what you know. Remember, you can have information and still not have knowledge. Information only becomes knowledge to you after you understand it. It's often said that knowledge is power, but this is only partially true. If you have knowledge but you don't use that knowledge, then you have no power at all. So knowledge can be power, but only if you use that knowledge. Remember this saying instead: knowledge and continuous improvement is power. Now you're on the right track. Remember that saying and use it often, because knowledge and continuous improvement are all you need to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Mental knowledge. Mental knowledge is the understanding of your mind. You're going to need mental knowledge if you want to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental knowledge? Mental knowledge is the understanding of your mind. This book will give you mental knowledge. It will give you not only information about your mind, but it will also give you a new understanding of your mind. Many books have been written about the mind. While most of them do contain useful information, many of them are difficult for the average reader to understand and use. Although your mind is complex, understanding how your mind works doesn't have to be difficult at all. In fact, you'll find that understanding how your mind works can be easy, interesting, and lots of fun. During the past 10 years, I've read over 500 books on how to improve my mind, my emotions, my body, and my relationships, and I still continue to read more every day. Out of the 100 books that I've read, I've found several authors whose work I highly recommend. I only recommend authors that provide the reader with information that is truly useful, effective, powerful, and easy to understand. A complete list of these highly recommended authors can be found, along with the absolute best products available today, in How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, Your Personal Perfection Catalog. This one-of-a-kind catalog is available free of charge from CI Publishing. See the back of this book for details. That is no longer available. Instead, today we have the YouTube channel Helpology. Read this book slowly and really think about each topic as you read it. Think about how each topic relates to you and think about how each topic relates to other topics. This will help you realize why it's so important for you to continuously improve your mind. It'll also help you realize how amazingly powerful your mind truly is. This is the first book in a 4-book series on continuous improvement of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Thanks, brother. Shalom and love. Praise Yah. Hallelujah. The 4-book series is as follows. 1, how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And you're welcome, by the way, beloved. How to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your mind. 2, how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your emotions. 3, how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your body. 4, how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Personal perfection of your relationships. Now, this is the only book that was written. These 3 other books were never written. It's important for you to realize that this series was written to be read in order. Well, all you're going to need is this one book. You won't need the other 3. They don't exist. Don't start reading the next book in the series until you finish this one. Each of them makes the next one easier to understand and use. It'll be easier for you to continuously improve your emotions if you understand your mind first, because your feelings are always based on your thoughts. It'll be easier for you to continuously improve your body if you understand your mind and your emotions first, because your actions are always based on your thoughts and your feelings. And it'll be easier for you to continuously improve your relationships if you understand your mind, your emotions, and your body first, simply because your relationships are always based on your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Reading this series out of order is like trying to learn how to write a book without even knowing how to read first. So just relax and read them one at a time and read them in order. I promise you that you'll soon have all the knowledge that you'll need to have to continuously gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. I know that at first this book series sounds too good to be true. So you be the judge. Is this series everything that I say it is, or is it just some type of gimmick? You and I both know that you'll soon find out. If this series seems like a dream come true, that's because it is. This series is my dream of having a system for continuous improvement come true. The order form for the next book in this series can be found in the back of this book. Notice that there aren't any order forms for the books on your body or your relationships yet. That's because you can only buy them in the order that they need to be read. That way you'll get the most out of each one. Read each book one at a time and then read them in order. The information in all of them is extremely useful. In fact, your life can be very painful without this knowledge. I know from over 24 years of experience, and today I have 52 years of experience. Power. Power is your ability to do something. You already have much more power than you realize, but what exactly is power? Power is your ability to do something. As human beings, we have the power to continuously improve whatever we want to. For example, just look at the world around you. Look at the housing systems that we built, such as houses, mansions, apartments, and hotels. We've come a long way from living in caves. Look at the transportation systems that we built, such as automobiles, trains, boats, jet airplanes, and spaceships. And spaceships don't even go to space. They're just, it's a scam. Not too long ago, we rode horses if we needed to travel far. Look at the communication systems that we've built, such as the telephone, the radio, the television, and the fax machine. Of course, we have the internet now and Google and YouTube. Not too long ago, we had to send messages in person. Look at the information systems that we've built, such as books, audio cassette tapes, videotapes, compact discs, and computers. And then, of course, we had MP3s, and now we got YouTube. We've come a long way from drawing pictures in the sand and on cave walls. Why are we so powerful? Simply because we have the power to continuously improve. It's our understanding of information that puts us in control and gives us power. So the more information that you understand and use, then the more power you will have. Power gives you control over your life. And since you already have a lot of control over your life, then you already have a lot of power. You just don't realize it. You need to start using more of that, the power that you already have, if you truly want to gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you use the power that you already have, then your life will become everything that you've ever wanted it to be and more. Your personal perfection will help you continuously improve every area of your life. You simply need to start using more of that power that you already have. Pain. Pain is any feeling that you don't like. Everyone wants to avoid pain, but what exactly is pain? Pain is any feeling that you don't like. Pain is any bad feeling. It's very simple. If you're uncomfortable with the feeling, then that feeling is a painful one. Understand that people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure, simply because too much pain can kill you. But be sure to realize that if pain doesn't kill you, then it will make you stronger. You'll become stronger because you'll learn from the pain. A good rule to remember is that if it feels bad, then it's bad for you, unless it makes you feel better later. The two main kinds of pain are emotional pain and physical pain. Simply defined, emotional pain is any bad feeling caused by your thoughts, and physical pain is any bad feeling caused by your actions. Some examples of emotional pain are feelings of disgust, hopelessness, anger, insecurity, loneliness, hate, disrespect, fear, sadness, sorrow, failure, and depression. Some examples of physical pain are painful sights, sounds, odors, tastes, and touches. Emotional pain is actually a special kind of physical pain. That's because emotional pain will give you physical pain inside your body. Also, understand that physical pain will become much greater if you think about how bad the physical pain is. That's because if you choose to think about how bad the physical pain is, then you'll begin to feel the emotional pain as well as the physical pain. Again, emotional pain is caused by your thoughts, and physical pain is caused by your actions. Also, understand that pain can be short-term pain or long-term pain. Short-term pain is any bad feeling that doesn't last, and long-term pain is any bad feeling that does last. Some easy to see sources of short-term pain are 1, any sights, sounds, odors, tastes, or touches that make you feel bad. 2, destroying your mind by drinking excessive alcohol, beer, wine, liquor, and so on, or taking harmful drugs. Marijuana, I don't believe is harmful anymore. Cocaine, yes. Heroin, yes. LSD, yes, and so on. Magic mushrooms, I don't know. They're natural, so they might be useful in small amounts. 3, destroying your emotions by focusing on negative feelings. Disgust, hopelessness, anger, insecurity, loneliness, hate, disrespect, fear, sadness, sorrow, failure, depression, and so on. 4, destroying your body by drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, taking nicotine, cigarettes, tobacco, and so on. Cigarettes are definitely harmful. There's over 1,000 chemicals in there that are poisonous. However, tobacco alone, like chewing tobacco or smoking cigars where you don't inhale it, where there's no extra chemicals, that was created by Yah, so that's probably okay. That's not against the Torah. Or taking harmful drugs, and you have to research each drug to find out if it's harmful. 5, destroying your relationships by focusing on negative feelings. Some hard to see sources of short-term pain are 1, using effort to improve your mind by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your mind. Be more honest about your mind, set mental goals, and motivate yourself toward your mental goals. 2, using effort to improve your emotions by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your emotions. Be more honest about your emotions. Focus on positive feelings, desire, hope, peace, security, closeness, love, respect, courage, happiness, joy, success, ecstasy, and so on. Set emotional goals and motivate yourself toward your emotional goals. 3, using effort to improve your body by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your body. Be more honest about your body. Only drink healthy liquids, distilled water, fresh fruits and vegetable juices, and so on. Coffee's okay and green tea. Only eat healthy foods, whole grains, fresh fruits and vegetables, and so on. And of course, the meats that are clean in the scriptures in the first 5 books of Moses, in Leviticus, the meats that are clean. If the animal splits the hoof and chews the cud, it's a clean animal. If it only has one of those, then it's not clean. Exercise your body, set physical goals, and motivate yourself toward your physical goals. And for the fish, if it's got scales and fins, it's clean. If it doesn't, then it's not clean. 4, using effort to improve your relationships by using effort to I'm drinking some coffee right now. 4, using effort to improve your relationships with turmeric. I have in the coffee. Turmeric's wonderful. Google it. Tumeric. Turmeric. 4, using effort to improve your relationships by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your relationships. Be more honest about your relationships. Focus on positive feelings. Communicate with others. Motivate others. Make money honestly by trading your products and or services for money. Set relational goals and motivate yourself toward your relational goals. Most people end up feeling more long-term pain and less long-term pleasure than they could be feeling because they fear the short-term pain of using effort. Using effort makes most people feel uncomfortable, and feeling uncomfortable is painful. The problem is that most people simply don't give themselves a good enough reason to truly want to use effort. Now, do you understand why most people never end up gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth? If you want it all, then you need to fall in love with using effort. Some easy to see sources of long-term pain are 1, any sights, sounds, odors, tastes, or touches that continuously make you feel bad. 2, continuously destroying your mind by continuously drinking excessive amounts of alcohol or taking harmful drugs. 3, continuously destroying your emotions by continuously focusing on negative thoughts and feelings. 4, continuously destroying your body by continuously drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, taking nicotine in the form of cigarette, or taking harmful drugs. 5, continuously destroying your relationships by continuously focusing on negative feelings. Some hard to see sources of long-term pain are 1, continuously destroying your mind by continuously being lazy with your mind, because whatever you don't use, you will lose. 2, continuously destroying your emotions by continuously drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. It's not bad to drink caffeine. Coffee and tea is okay, but cola is bad for you. It's got too much sugar, and so on. Taking nicotine is okay as long as it's in a cigar with no extra chemicals, and chewing tobacco with no extra chemicals. And but in cigarettes, it's very harmful. Taking harmful drugs, eating sugar, candy, chocolate, ice cream, junk food, and so on. Well, you know, chocolate's actually healthy for you, dark chocolate, and ice cream's a pleasure. Some candy's enjoyable, but just don't overdo it. Pretending that you don't need your emotions, having casual sex, that's definitely bad. Sex with someone who you don't mentally, emotionally, physically, and relationally love and respect, but you need to be married to him according to the scriptures. You should have all these things too, but you should marry them first. Otherwise, it is a sin. Making money dishonestly, lying, cheating, stealing, or hurting people for money, or being lazy with your emotions. Continuously destroying your body by continuously drinking caffeine. Caffeine is not bad for you. 3 cups of coffee a day is healthy for you. More than that, they say, is bad. Eating sugar. Sugar is not going to kill you. It's in small amounts. It's not bad. Or being lazy with your body. But the preferred type of sugar is something like this. Wow, look, they use a scripture verse. Thy word is sweeter than honey. Psalm 119, 103. Nature's Nate's Honey Company. 100% pure, raw, and unfiltered honey. Certified for exceptional taste and award-winning flavor. Now, this honey is delicious, but you know what? They even make an organic honey, which would be even better. What's this say here? A blank company. Let me read this. A mission-driven company that gives back. As a nature lover, I'm on a mission to steward the precious resources honeybees gift to us. Pure, raw, and unfiltered honey. We have strict testing standards that ensure our honey is as simple and pure as it is straight from the hive. This is our purity guarantee to provide the unmatched level of care and precision that would make any honeybee proud. I thank Yah for allowing us to serve you and your family. Nate, don't feed honey to babies 1 year or younger. Gently warmed for pourability. Store at room temperature to slow natural process of crystallization. NatureNates.com. Ingredients: honey, packed for Nature's Nate, McKinney, Texas 75071, 469-452-4429, U.S. grade A. What's in this stuff? Calories. There's about 22 servings per container. Serving size is 1 tablespoon. Nutrition facts: calories 70, total fat 0, sodium 0, total carbs 18, total sugars 15, protein 0. Yeah, so that's good. Nature Nate's Honey Company. Thy word is sweeter than honey. Psalm 119, 103. Hallelujah. Try to get the organic, though, if you can. Focusing on negative feelings, pretending that you don't need your emotions, pretending that you don't need your relationships, having casual sex, making money dishonestly, or being lazy with your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. The reason that these are possible sources of negative pain is because if negative pain doesn't kill you first, then it can end up turning into positive pain. That is, the negative pain can become so great that you end up having no other choice but to change. Therefore, the negative pain ends up turning into positive pain because it ends up increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth. Some possible sources of positive pain are using effort to learn, understand, and realize more. Be honest. Only breathe healthy air. Only drink healthy liquids. Only eat healthy foods. Exercise your body. Focus on positive feelings. Communicate with others. Motivate yourself and others. Make money honestly. Set mental, emotional, physical, and relational goals. And motivate yourself toward your goals. The reason that these are possible sources of positive pain is because when you try something new, it's usually uncomfortable, painful at first. But after you become comfortable with something and you learn how to truly enjoy doing it, then it is no longer painful. In other words, positive pain usually ends up turning into positive pleasure. Long-term pain is supposed to help you increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth by reminding you that you need to change what you're doing. But most people believe that changing is uncomfortable and painful because changing would mean that they would have to start doing something that they're not used to doing, something that is unknown to them. So even if something is causing them short-term pain, instead of changing and feeling uncomfortable from the fear of the unknown, they simply refuse to change. Most people will only change when the long-term pain becomes great enough, when they become unloved, disrespected, sad, sick, or poor. But even with long-term pain as a reminder, some people still refuse to change, and then they end up dying a very painful death. Some good examples are many overweight people, cigarette smokers, alcoholics, and drug addicts. The truth is that it's much more painful not to change, simply because the world around you is continuously improving, and if you don't continuously improve with it, then you'll be left behind. And feeling like you're missing out on life will truly give you long-term pain. Realize that long-term pain is your body's way of reminding you that what you're doing is bad for you. Long-term pain is a reminder that you're doing something that will continue to decrease your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You need to love and respect yourself more and decide right now that you'll never take any actions that end up giving you negative pain. Because if something ends up giving you negative pain, then you'll only end up with even less long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And when you run out of love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth, then you'll be unloved, disrespected, depressed, dead, bankrupt, or all five. But if you always avoid negative pain and you fall in love with using effort, then you'll always be increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Realize that it's very important for you to understand, 1, exactly what pain is, 2, exactly what causes pain. That way you'll always be able to avoid long-term pain because you'll know exactly what will cause it. You have the power to choose your thoughts. That means that you also have the power to choose your feelings because your feelings are always based on your thoughts. So you can avoid long-term emotional pain by choosing to think about things that make you feel good. You also have the power to choose your actions because your actions are always based on your thoughts and your feelings. So you can avoid long-term physical pain by choosing to only take actions that are good for you. If you only think thoughts that help your feelings, then you'll never have long-term emotional pain. And if you only take actions that help your body, then you'll never have long-term physical pain. That's not necessarily true. You could get some type of disease where there's pain and there's nothing you can do about it. But almost every disease is curable with distilled water, urine therapy, Google urine therapy, and healthy fruits and vegetables, and some healthy meats. If you truly want to avoid long-term pain, then only think thoughts and take actions that help you. Always think of long-term pain as your body's way of reminding you that you're doing something that's bad for you. Although you want to avoid pain, there's no reason to be afraid of it. For example, just because the sun is too hot to get close to, that's no reason to be afraid of the sun. When you're afraid of something, your fear will go away when you understand it more. It's natural to fear something that you don't understand, simply because if you don't understand something, then you have no way of knowing if it's something that's going to hurt you or if it's something that's going to help you. If you don't understand something, then you have no way of knowing if it's something that's going to give you pain or if it's something that's going to give you pleasure. So don't fear pain. Instead, try to understand pain, because pain is not there to hurt you. Pain is there to help you. And the more you understand pain, then the less you'll fear it, simply because you'll have more control over it and you'll know exactly what to do to avoid it. When you find out that something gives you long-term pain, simply stop doing it and then start doing something that will give you long-term pleasure. This might seem obvious, but how many people do you know who continue to do things that end up decreasing their long-term love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth? And instead of stopping, they talk themselves into not changing. They focus on the short-term pain that they might get if they do change, rather than on the long-term pain that they will definitely get if they don't change. You can easily control any action that you want to take by simply thinking about all of the long-term pain that you'll feel if you don't take that action. If there's an action that you want to take because you know that it'll help you, then you can motivate yourself with pain by doing the following. Think about how not taking the action will affect 1, your long-term love. 2, your long-term respect. 3, your long-term happiness. 4, your long-term health. 5, your long-term wealth. For example, if you want to stop smoking or start breathing only healthy air, then think about all of the long-term pain that you'll feel if you don't start breathing only healthy air. Ask yourself these 5 questions. 1, how will breathing poison affect my long-term love? Well, you'll become less lovable when you breathe poison, because breathing poison isn't lovable. You'll be decreasing your strongest feeling of caring for your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So how do you think breathing poison will affect your long-term love? 2, how will breathing poison affect my long-term respect? Well, you'll become less respectable when you breathe poison, because breathing poison isn't respectable. You'll be decreasing your feeling of how valuable your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships are. So how do you think breathing poison will affect your long-term respect? 3, how will breathing poison affect my long-term happiness? Well, you'll become much sadder when you breathe poison, because you'll know that you're hurting yourself, and you'll have less money to spend on things that will help you increase your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You'll be decreasing your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So how do you think breathing poison will affect your long-term happiness? 4, how will breathing poison affect my long-term health? Well, you'll become much sicker when you breathe poison, because breathing poison will kill you. You'll be decreasing the well-being of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So how do you think breathing poison will affect your long-term health? 5, how will breathing poison affect my long-term wealth? Well, you'll become much poorer when you breathe poison, because you'll waste a lot of money on cigarettes and nicotine, at least $730 a year if you smoke a pack a day. And you'll waste a lot of money on future medical bills, probably at least $10,000 once you get cancer. You'll be decreasing the value of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So how do you think breathing poison will affect your long-term wealth? It's important that you make this future pain real to you. You can make this future pain real to you by actually experiencing this future pain in your mind and your body, by clearly, 1, seeing the painful images, 2, hearing the painful sounds, 3, smelling the painful odors, 5, tasting the painful flavors. 4, tasting the painful flavors. 5, feeling the painful feelings. Make this future pain real to you by focusing on the thoughts that will make you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel the future pain. The reason you need to make this future pain real to you is so that you give yourself a good enough reason to truly want to start breathing only healthy air. If you make this future pain real enough and strong enough, then you'll have no other choice but to change right now. Besides, the long-term pain that you'll eventually feel from breathing poison will be much greater than any short-term pleasure that you're feeling now. Choosing to not think about how what you're doing today will affect your future is an immature way of thinking. It's also immature to think that you're not worth it. You're an adult now, so simply take control of your life and love and respect yourself more. Most smokers only think about the short-term pleasure that they'll get if they do smoke and the short-term pain that they'll get if they stop smoking. They choose to not think about the short-term pain or the long-term pain that smoking causes. If they choose to always think about the pain that smoking causes, then they would force themselves into truly wanting to only breathe healthy air. The only time they think about the long-term pain that smoking causes is when their throat hurts, they have a heart attack, they get lung cancer, or all three. That's why it's called negative pain. I truly feel sorry for people who don't realize the important difference between negative and positive pain. For most of my life, I didn't realize the difference. I didn't realize that negative pain would end up giving me long-term pain and that positive pain would end up giving me long-term pleasure. This simple way of choosing to think about pain to help motivate you will work with anything that you want to stop or start doing. Just remember to ask yourself these 5 questions. 1, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term love? 2, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term respect? 3, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term happiness? 4, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term health? 5, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term wealth? The reason this works so well is because your mind will help you avoid anything that gives you pain, because too much pain can kill you. But you need to understand that it's not always actual pain that you're trying to avoid. You try to avoid what you believe is going to give you pain. So, you need to change your belief that changing is painful. And you need to change your belief that using effort is painful. Just remember that you'll always end up feeling long-term pain if you resist change or become lazy. That's because you'll end up decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you're always thinking about how uncomfortable it is to use effort, then you'll always end up feeling long-term pain. Always remember that if something's giving you long-term pain, then simply stop doing it and then start doing something that will give you long-term pleasure. 1, truly listen to your mind. 2, truly listen to your emotions. 3, truly listen to your body. And 4, truly listen to your conscience, the voice of Yah. They're trying to help you gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Pleasure. Pleasure is any feeling that you like. Everyone wants to gain pleasure, but what exactly is pleasure? Pleasure is any feeling that you like. Pleasure is any good feeling. It's very simple. If you enjoy the feeling, then that feeling is a pleasurable one. Understand that people will do a lot to gain pleasure, simply because pleasure makes you feel good. Be sure to realize that not all pleasure is good for you. A good rule to remember is that if it feels good, then it's good for you, unless it makes you feel worse later. The 2 main kinds of pleasure are emotional pleasure and physical pleasure. Simply defined, emotional pleasure is any good feeling caused by your thoughts, and physical pleasure is any good feeling caused by your actions. Some examples of emotional pleasure are feelings of desire, hope, peace, security, closeness, love, respect, courage, happiness, joy, success, and ecstasy. Some examples of physical pleasure are pleasurable sights, sounds, odors, tastes, and touches. Emotional pleasure is actually a special kind of physical pleasure. That's because emotional pleasure will give you physical pleasure inside your body. Also understand that physical pleasure will become much greater if you think about how good the physical pleasure is. That's because if you choose to think about how good the physical pleasure is, then you'll begin to feel emotional pleasure as well as the physical pleasure. Again, emotional pleasure is caused by your thoughts, and physical pleasure is caused by your actions. Also understand that pleasure can be short-term pleasure or long-term pleasure. Short-term pleasure is any good feeling that doesn't last, and long-term pleasure is any good feeling that does last. Some possible sources of long-term pleasure are any sights, sounds, odors, tastes, or touches that make you feel good. Improving your mind, your emotions, your body, or your relationships. Drinking alcohol, caffeine, or healthy liquids. Taking nicotine or drugs. Breathing healthy air. Eating sugar or healthy foods. Focusing on positive or negative feelings. Having casual or healthy sex. Making money dishonestly or honestly. And being lazy. The reason that these are possible sources of short-term pleasure is because each person is unique. What one person considers pleasurable may be considered painful to someone else. It all depends on the beliefs that each person has. Some sources of long-term pleasure are 1, any sights, sounds, odors, tastes, or touches that continuously make you feel good. 2, using effort to continuously improve your mind by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your mind. Be more honest about your mind, set mental goals, and motivate yourself toward your mental goals. 3, using effort to continuously improve your emotions by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your emotions. Be more honest about your emotions, focus on positive feelings, set emotional goals, and motivate yourself toward your emotional goals. 4, using effort to continuously improve your body by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your body. Be more honest about your body, only drink healthy liquids, only eat healthy foods, exercise your body, set physical goals, and motivate yourself toward your physical goals. 5, using effort to continuously improve your relationships by using effort to learn, understand, and realize more about your relationships. Be more honest about your relationships, focus on positive feelings, communicate with others, motivate others, make money honestly, set relational goals, and motivate yourself toward your relational goals. I'm going to repeat this again because it's so important. Most people end up feeling more long-term pain and less long-term pleasure than they could be feeling because they fear the short-term pain of using effort. Using effort makes people feel uncomfortable, and feeling uncomfortable is painful. The problem is that most people simply don't give themselves a good enough reason to truly want to use effort. If you want it all, then you need to fall in love with using effort. Also, be sure to realize that pleasure can be either negative pleasure or positive pleasure. Negative pleasure is any pleasure that ends up decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And positive pleasure is any pleasure that ends up increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth. Some sources of negative pleasure are excessive amounts of alcohol, drinking. Caffeine is not bad for you. Coffee, you can have 3 cups a day, and green tea is good. Taking nicotine, it's okay if it's chewing tobacco or smoking cigars, but all those can still give you mouth cancer. But cigarettes are definitely harmful. There's more than 1,000 poisonous drugs in there, chemicals. Taking harmful drugs, eating sugar, focusing on negative feelings, pretending that you don't need your emotions, pretending that you don't need your relationships, having casual sex, making money dishonestly, and being lazy with your mind, your emotions, your body, or your relationships. Some sources of positive pleasure are using effort to learn, understand, and realize more, be honest, only breathe healthy air, only drink healthy liquids, only eat healthy foods, exercise your body, focus on positive feelings, communicate with others, motivate others, make money honestly, set mental, emotional, physical, and relational goals, and motivate yourself toward your goals. Long-term pleasure is supposed to help increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth by reminding you that you should continue to do what you're doing. But believe it or not, most people fear long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, and they don't even realize it. If you don't believe me, then let me explain it to you. Just like anything else, it all comes down to pain and pleasure. Since most people believe that changing is uncomfortable, fear of the unknown, Most people also believe that success is uncomfortable, fear of success, simply because to become successful, they know that they'll have to continuously change. Another reason why people fear success is because they don't truly understand what success is. They know that it definitely takes a lot of work to become successful. So they think to themselves, I know that it takes a lot of work to become successful, so it must take even more work to stay successful. I would hate to have to work so hard all of the time. Now, do you see why people talk themselves out of doing things even before they try? Don't let this happen to you. If you don't understand how to do something, then it will be harder for you to do so. Harder for you to do. So, whenever you want to do anything, be sure to study it first so that you'll clearly understand it. The truth is that gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth is much more pleasurable than it is painful. In fact, it only seems like work until you understand how to truly enjoy doing it. Then it all becomes play. Throughout this series, I will share with you exactly what I mean. The truth is that it's much more pleasurable to change. That's because the world around you is continuously improving, and if you continuously improve with it, then your life will become much more pleasurable than you ever dreamt possible. And feeling like you're growing and becoming more is what will truly give you long-term pleasure. Realize that long-term pleasure is your body's way of reminding you that what you're doing is good for you. Long-term pleasure is a reminder that you're doing something that will continue to increase your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. As always, you need to love and respect yourself more. Decide right now that you'll only take actions that end up giving you positive pleasure. Because if something ends up giving you positive pleasure, then you'll always end up with even more long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you only gain positive pleasures and you fall in love with using effort, then you'll always be increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But if you only gain negative pleasures or you fall in love with being lazy, then you'll always be decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. That's like all the people that click onto this video and then click away because they have to think. Realize that it's very important for you to understand, 1, exactly what pleasure is, 2, exactly what causes pleasure. That way you'll always be able to gain long-term pleasure because you'll know exactly what will cause it. Give me a second here. I'm going to grab one of these. Premium Wintergreen Grizzly Long Cut. Warning, this product can cause gum disease and tooth loss. I derive pleasure from the flavor of the tobacco and the slight nicotine gives me a little boost of energy, but it's definitely not the wisest choice in the world. It's not the healthiest thing you can be doing. But to me, for me personally, the benefit to risk ratio is okay. And as long as it's not a sin according to the Torah, then it's okay to do. How does it glorify Yah, you may ask? Well, one could argue that Yah created the tobacco leaf and that man has created something that gives pleasure to other people through that tobacco leaf. That would glorify Yah. Now, where were we? And feeling like you're growing and becoming more is what will truly give you long-term pleasure. Realize that long-term pleasure is your body's way of reminding you that what you're doing is good for you. Long-term pleasure is a reminder that you're doing something that will continue to increase your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. As always, you need to love and respect yourself more. Decide right now that you'll only take actions that end up giving you positive pleasure. Because if something ends up giving you positive pleasure, then you'll always end up with even more long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you only gain positive pleasures and you fall in love with using effort, then you'll always be increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But if you only gain negative pleasures or you fall in love with being lazy, then you'll always be decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy and a curse that you put on yourself. Realize that, because remember, you'll always reap what you sow. Yah will not be mocked. It's very important for you to understand, one, exactly what pleasure is. Two, exactly what causes pleasure. That way you'll always be able to gain long-term pleasure because you'll know exactly what will cause it. Again, you'll have the power to choose your thoughts. That means that you'll also have the power to choose your feelings, because your feelings are always based on your thoughts. So you can gain long-term emotional pleasure by choosing to think about things that make you feel good. You also have the power to choose your actions, because your actions are always based on your thoughts and your feelings. So you can gain long-term physical pleasure by choosing to only take actions that are good for you. If you only think thoughts that help your feelings, then you'll always have long-term emotional pleasure. And if you only take actions that help your body, then you'll always have long-term physical pleasure. If you truly want to gain long-term pleasure, then only think thoughts and take actions that help you. Always think of long-term pleasure as your body's way of reminding you that you're doing something that's good for you. Although you want to gain pleasure, that's no reason to be afraid of it. For example, just because you may not end up getting what you want the first time you try to do something, that's no reason to be afraid of trying. When you're afraid of something, your fear will go away when you understand it more. It's natural to fear something that you don't understand. Simply because if you don't understand something, then you have no way of knowing if it's something that's going to help you or if it's something that's going to hurt you. If you don't understand something, then you have no way of knowing if it's something that's going to give you pleasure or if it's something that's going to give you pain. So don't fear pleasure. Instead, try to understand pleasure. Because pleasure is not there to make you feel bad when you don't get what you want. Pleasure is there to help you. And the more you understand pleasure, then the less you'll fear it. Simply because you'll have more control over it and you'll know exactly what to do to gain it. When you find out that something gives you long-term pleasure, simply keep doing it. This might seem obvious, but how many people do you know who have stopped doing things that used to end up increasing their long-term love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth? Instead of continuing to do it, they simply talk themselves into becoming lazy as fuck. They focused on the short-term pain that they might get if they kept doing it, rather than on the long-term pleasure that they would definitely get if they kept doing it. You can easily control any action that you want to take by simply thinking about all of the long-term pleasure that you'll feel if you do take the action. This is the exact opposite of using pain to help motivate you. If there's an action that you want to take because you know that it will help you, then you can motivate yourself with pleasure by doing the following. Think about how taking the action will affect 1, your long-term love, 2, your long-term respect, 3, your long-term happiness, 4, your long-term health, 5, your long-term wealth. For example, if you want to stop smoking or start breathing only healthy air, then think about all of the long-term pleasure that you'll feel if you do start breathing only healthy air. Ask yourself these 5 questions. 1, how will breathing only healthy air affect my long-term love? Well, you'll become more lovable when you breathe only healthy air, because breathing only healthy air is lovable. You'll be increasing your strongest feeling of caring for your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So how do you think breathing only healthy air will affect your long-term love? 2, how will breathing only healthy air affect my long-term respect? Well, you'll become more respectable when you breathe only healthy air because breathing only healthy air is respectable. You'll be increasing your feeling of how valuable your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships are. So, how do you think breathing only healthy air will affect your long term respect? 3. How will breathing only healthy air affect my long term happiness? Well, you'll become much happier when you breathe only healthy air because you'll know that you're helping yourself and you'll have more money to spend on things that will help you increase your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You'll be increasing your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So, how do you think breathing only healthy air will affect your long term happiness? 4. How will breathing only healthy air affect my long term health? Well, you'll become much healthier when you breathe only healthy air because breathing only healthy air will make you stronger. You'll be increasing the well being of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So, how do you think breathing only healthy air will affect your long term health? Well, you'll become much wealthier. No. 5. How will breathing only healthy air affect my long term wealth? Well, you'll become much wealthier when you breathe only healthy air because breathing only healthy air will make you more useful. And you'll save a lot of money breathing only healthy air. That's money that you can use to make even more money with. You'll be increasing the value of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So, how do you think breathing only healthy air will affect your long term wealth? It's important that you make this future pleasure real to you. You can make this future pleasure real to you by actually experiencing this future pleasure in your mind and in your body by clearly, 1, seeing the pleasurable images, 2, hearing the pleasurable sounds, 3, smelling the pleasurable odors, 4, tasting the pleasurable flavors, 5, feeling the pleasurable feelings. Make this future pleasure real to you by focusing on the thoughts that will make you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel the future pleasure. The reason you need to make this future pleasure real to you is so that you give yourself a good enough reason to truly want to start breathing only healthy air. If you make this future pleasure real enough and strong enough, then you'll have a good enough reason to truly want to change right now. Besides, the long term pleasure that you'll feel from breathing only healthy air will be much greater than any short term pleasure that you're feeling now. Again, choosing to not think about how what you're doing today will affect your future is an immature way of thinking. It's also immature to think that you're not worth it. You're an adult now, so simply take control of your life and love and respect yourself more. Most smokers only think about the short term pleasure that they'll get if they do smoke and the long term pain that they'll get if they stop smoking. They choose to not think about the short term pleasure or the long term pleasure that breathing only healthy air would give them. If they choose to always think about the pleasure that breathing only healthy air would give them, then they would give themselves a good enough reason to truly want to breathe only healthy air. The only time they think about the long term pleasure that they would get if they only breathe healthy air is when their throat hurts, they have a heart attack, they get lung cancer, or all three. That's why it's called negative pleasure. I also truly feel sorry for people who don't realize the importance or the important difference between negative and positive pleasure. Again, for most of my life, I didn't realize the difference. I didn't realize that negative pleasure would end up giving me long-term pain, and that positive pleasure would end up giving me long-term pleasure. This simple way of choosing to think about pleasure to help motivate you will work with anything that you want to stop or start doing. If you use both pain and pleasure to help motivate you, then you'll be putting yourself in complete control of your life. You'll be using pain and pleasure to control your life rather than having pain and pleasure control you. Just remember to ask yourself these 5 questions. 1, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term love? 2, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term respect? 3, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term happiness? 4, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term health? 5, how will what I'm doing affect my long-term wealth? The reason this works so well is because your mind will help you gain anything that gives you pleasure, because pleasure will make you feel good. But you need to understand that it's not always actual pleasure that you're trying to gain. You're trying to gain what you believe is going to give you pleasure. So you need to change your belief that negative pleasure is good for you. And you need to change your belief that being lazy is good for you. Just remember that you'll always end up feeling long-term pleasure if you're feeling only positive pleasures and using effort. That's because you'll end up increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you're always thinking about how good it feels to continuously improve yourself and every area of your life, then you'll always end up feeling long-term pleasure. Always remember that if something's giving you long-term pleasure, then simply keep doing it. 1, truly listen to your mind. 2, truly listen to your emotions. 3, truly listen to your body. And 4, truly listen to the voice of Yah. They're trying to help you gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Your brain. Your brain is your body's system that controls your body's functions. You know that you have a brain, but what exactly is your brain? Your brain is your body's system that controls your body's functions. Your brain is the part of your central nervous system that's responsible for your body's functions. Your brain controls your 5 senses. 1, seeing. 2, hearing. 3, smelling. 4, touching. 5, tasting. And your brain also controls all of your body's natural functions. Realize that your brain is more powerful and complex than any computer that has ever been developed. In fact, your brain contains about 100 billion microscopic nerve cells, and each day your brain sends hundreds of millions of messages. It's like having a worldwide telephone or computer system inside your head. Many things that you often take for granted, such as your lungs breathing, your heart beating, your blood flowing, your muscles working, your eyes seeing, your ears hearing, your nose smelling, your tongue tasting, and your skin sensing, just to name several, are all controlled by your brain. But understand that your brain is not the same thing as your mind. Your mind is located inside your brain. Your brain can work without your mind. For example, someone who's in a coma or a young child. But your mind cannot work without your brain. It's more important for you to have a clear understanding of how your mind works, because your mind puts you in control and can help you continuously improve every area of your life. Your mind. Your mind is your brain system that controls your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future. Your mind is very powerful and complex. But what exactly is your mind? Your mind is your brain system that controls your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future. Your mind is your awareness that's located in your brain. Your mind is there to help you understand the way things truly are. It's hard to believe that so many people ignore the awesome power of their minds. They just don't realize how much power they truly have. But it's usually not their fault. The main reason they don't realize their power is because they don't even know that they have it. After you understand your personal perfection, you'll begin to realize how much power you already have. You'll also understand how to give yourself good enough reasons to actually use it. Learning to use your mind's unlimited power to continuously improve your life and the lives of those that you love is truly what life is all about. By making the understanding and use of your mind an ongoing study, you'll definitely gain much more long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You can compare not learning more about your own mind to owning the most advanced computer in the entire world and then not learning how to use it. Wouldn't that be an incredible amount of unused power? Well, just think about all of the unused power in the minds of most people. One of my long-term goals is to help everyone realize the power of their minds. Then everyone will be able to continuously improve themselves and every area of their lives. If you really think about it, you are your mind and your mind is you. So the study of your mind is the study of who you are. The study of your mind includes understanding how you sense things as well as understanding how you control your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future. Understand that your mind is the window through which you experience life. To begin truly to understand your mind is to begin to truly understand yourself. And truly understanding yourself is exactly what you're doing as you learn more about your personal perfection. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable you are. We've all heard how important it is to have high self-esteem, but what exactly is self-esteem? Self-esteem, self-estimation is your feeling of how valuable you are. Your self-esteem is your self-estimation of your own worth. All conscious human beings have self-esteem, a self-estimation of how valuable they are. But what's important is whether you have low self-esteem or high self-esteem. To have no self-esteem would mean that you have no estimation at all of how valuable you are. So understand that everyone has self-esteem, but what we all need to have is high self-esteem. Your self-esteem is based on the beliefs that you have about whether or not you are 1, valuable, 2, useful, 3, desirable. Furthermore, your self-esteem is based on the beliefs that you have about your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Your self-esteem is based on your ability to live 1, effectively, 2, competitively, 3, in control of your life, 4, in harmony with others. There are many different kinds of self-esteem. However, the 4 main kinds of your mental self-esteem, the 4 main kinds are your mental self-esteem, your emotional self-esteem, your physical self-esteem, and your relational self-esteem. 4, 1, mental self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable your mind is. You'll always have high mental self-esteem if you realize how valuable your mind truly is. 2, emotional self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable your emotions are. You'll always have high emotional self-esteem if you realize how valuable your emotions truly are. 3, physical self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable your body is. You'll always have high physical self-esteem if you realize how valuable your body truly is. 4, relational self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable you are to your relationships. You'll always have high relational self-esteem if you realize how valuable you truly are to your relationships. Your self-esteem will determine your happiness and sureness in your life or in yourself, as well as your feelings of love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth that you have for yourself. Now, do you understand why it's so important for you to have high self-esteem? If you don't mentally, emotionally, physically, and relationally love yourself, love and respect yourself, then it'll be impossible for you to truly love and respect anyone else. How can you give to someone something that you don't have? You need high self-esteem to experience true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. What can you do to improve your self-esteem? The answer is simple. You can continuously improve your self-esteem by continuously improving your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Also remember that as you grow and become more, you need to focus on, enjoy, and truly appreciate what you already have. The only time you'll ever be truly happy with yourself is when you're growing and becoming more. So you need to use effort to continuously improve yourself in every area of your life by 1, setting mental, emotional, physical, and relational goals. 2, motivating yourself toward your goals. How long should you continuously improve yourself in every area of your life? The answer is forever. If you honestly do that, then your self-esteem will continuously be improving for the rest of your entire life, along with your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If you don't continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships, then you'll always end up feeling as if life is passing you by, and true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth will always seem out of reach. Mental self-esteem. Mental self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable your mind is. We all need to have high mental self-esteem, but what exactly is mental self-esteem? Mental self-esteem is your feeling of how valuable your mind is. Your mental self-esteem is your self-estimation of the worth of your mind. Your mental self-esteem is based on the beliefs that you have about whether or not your mind is 1, valuable, 2, useful, 3, desirable. Furthermore, your mental self-esteem is based on the beliefs that you have about your mental abilities. Your mental self-esteem is based on your ability to 1, communicate, 2, learn, 3, understand, 4, remember, 5, plan, 6, develop, 7, create. Your mental self-esteem will determine both your happiness and sureness in your mind, as well as your love and respect for your mind. You need to have mental self-esteem to experience true love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. What can you do to improve your mental self-esteem? The answer is simple. You can continuously improve your mental self-esteem by continuously improving your knowledge and your memory. If you continuously improve your knowledge and your memory, then your mental self-esteem will continuously improve for the rest of your entire life. Realize that because you're conscious, aware of who you are, what you're doing, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it, you're the most intelligent animal on the entire planet. You're not an animal. You're created different from the animals. Also realize that you can tell I wrote this book when I was an atheist. Your mental powers are unlimited, and it only takes mental effort on your part to continuously improve your knowledge and your memory. Your beliefs about your mind will directly affect your beliefs about your overall powers as a human being. So be sure that you continuously improve your knowledge and your memory. If you honestly do that, then your mental self-esteem will continuously improve for the rest of your entire life. Love. Love is the strongest feeling of caring. Love is also sacrifice. Love is the most pleasurable and powerful emotion that we can feel. But what exactly is love? Love is the strongest feeling of caring. If you feel the strongest feelings of caring for something, then you love it. If you don't feel the strongest feelings of caring for something, then you don't love it. If you feel the strongest feelings of caring for yourself, then you truly love yourself. If you don't feel the strongest feelings of caring for yourself, then you don't truly love yourself. Most people understand what love is. The problem is that most people just don't realize how important love is. If you feel unloved, then your feelings of respect, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically decrease. If you feel unloved, then your feelings of respect and wealth will decrease because you'll feel less valuable. Your feelings of happiness will decrease because you'll feel uncomfortable and you'll certainly will not enjoy it. Your feelings of health will decrease because you will not feel well. The truth is that If you don't have love, then nothing else will even matter. So realize that your love for yourself is one of the most important things that you need to have, and your love for Yah, and your love for your neighbor. Realize that love isn't something that you'll feel only after you find someone who's special. In fact, it's the other way around. You'll find more love after you realize how special you already are. First, you need to think loving thoughts if you want to become more loved, simply because your actions are always based on your thoughts and your feelings. When your love increases, then your feelings of respect, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically increase. Your feelings of respect and wealth will increase because you'll feel more valuable. Your feelings of happiness will increase because you'll feel more comfortable with yourself and you'll truly enjoy yourself more. Your feelings of health will increase because you'll feel stronger. What you need to do is 1, decide that no matter what happens, you'll always continuously improve your feelings of love that you have for yourself and others. 2, realize that you and your family are worth it. 3, start feeling more love right now by thinking about the thoughts that make you feel loved. Feeling more love isn't hard to do. You can feel more love whenever you want to. Simply think about the thoughts that make you feel more love. Think about the times when you felt cared for. Now take it one step further. Whenever you do anything, focus on how much you care about yourself and focus on how much you truly enjoy being in control of your life. Even if it's something that you've done thousands of times before, like drinking a glass of water, eating a banana, or brushing your teeth. Focus on how special you are for being a human being who's in control and has the power to continuously improve. If you always focus on how much you care about yourself, then you'll always be loved. Thinking about how much you care about yourself will give your life a whole new meaning. It'll make you feel special all the time. And you deserve to feel special. Why? Because you're a human being, created in Yah's image. That's why, and all human beings are special. You can feel as much love as you want to because you have complete control over your thoughts. And remember, your feelings are always based on what you think about. Don't let other people control your love. It's your love, not theirs. Realize that you have complete control over your love. Stay in control of your thoughts. And don't let other people make you think things that end up decreasing your love for yourself. Because believe me, they'll try. Especially when they notice that you're always feeling so good about yourself and about life. Long-term love is one of the most important goals for every human being. Did you know that it's a fact that when you think about thoughts that make you feel loved, you end up doing much more of the things that make other people love you? It's true. So don't be surprised if you form a positive addiction to thinking about things that make you feel loved. If people don't know how to make themselves feel loved by simply thinking about the thoughts that make them feel loved and doing what they know they need to do to become more loved, then they'll try to find love from somewhere else. The reason people stay in harmful and abusive relationships is because no one has ever shared with them how to truly love themselves. Many people want to become friends with someone who truly cares about themselves so that they can learn more about love. So don't be surprised if a lot of people become more attracted to you when you start to truly care about yourself more. There are many different kinds of love. However, the 4 main kinds of love are your mental love, your emotional love, your physical love, and your relational love. 1, mental love is your strongest feeling of caring for your mind. You'll always have mental love if you truly care about your mind. 2, emotional love is your strongest feeling of caring for your emotions. You'll always have emotional love if you truly care about your emotions. 5, physical love is your strongest feeling of caring for your body. You'll always have physical love if you truly care about your body. 4, relational love is your strongest feeling of caring for your relationships. You'll always have relational love if you truly care about your relationships. The 2 main kinds of relational love are family, friendship love, and romantic love. Simply defined, family, friendship love is the strongest feeling of caring felt between family and friends. And romantic love is the strongest feeling of caring felt between romantic love partners, husband and wife. In a family, friendship, or love relationship, people share their thoughts and their feelings. Therefore, family, friendship, love is a mental and emotional relationship. In a romantic love relationship, partners share their thoughts, their feelings, and their bodies. Therefore, romantic love is a mental, emotional, and sexual relationship. Feelings of love will naturally come from being in control. That's because when you're in control, you can continuously improve things so that you become loved even more. Loving is all about caring and sharing. Be sure to realize that your love is unlimited. And the more you love that you give, and the more love that you give, then the more love you will feel. Think about it. Can you ever run out of love by giving too much love to someone? The answer is no. What emotion do you feel when you give love to someone else? The answer is love. When you give love to someone else, you are also giving love to yourself. If you want more love in your life, then you need to start with loving yourself more first. If you don't truly love yourself, then you will never gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Realize that you'll always gain love if you continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Mental love. Mental love is your strongest feeling of caring for your mind. Your mental love, you need mental love in order to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental love? Mental love is your strongest feeling of caring for your mind. In order to love your mind, you need to truly care about your mind. So it's very important that you truly care about your mind. If you want to feel more love for your mind, then truly care about your mind more through your actions. You'll feel more love for your mind when you truly care about your mind by taking good care of it. If you do things that hurt your mind, then you'll only feel less love for it. That's because if you hurt your mind, then you'll only end up feeling like you don't truly care about your mind. You can avoid this loss of mental love if you simply only do things that end up helping your mind. By continuously improving your mind, you'll be continuously improving your mental love. Respect. Re is to do again. Spect is to think. Respect is to rethink. Respect is the feeling that something is very valuable. We all want to gain respect, but what exactly is respect? Respect is the feeling that something is very valuable. Well, re is to do again, and spect is to look. Like spectacle is to look. So re-look. If something's important to you, you'll re-look at it and re-look at it and rethink about it. Respect is the feeling that something is very valuable or useful or helpful. If you respect something, then you'll feel that it is very valuable. If you don't respect something, then you don't feel that it is very valuable. If you respect yourself, then you feel that you are very valuable. If you don't respect yourself, then you don't feel that you are very valuable. Most people understand what respect is. The problem is that most people just don't realize how important respect is. If you feel disrespected, then your feelings of love, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically decrease. If you feel disrespected, then your feelings of love will decrease because you'll feel less cared about. Your feelings of happiness will decrease because you'll feel uncomfortable and you certainly will not enjoy it. Your feelings of health will decrease because you will not feel well. Your feelings of wealth will decrease because you'll feel less valuable. The truth is that if you don't have respect, then nothing else will even matter. So realize that your respect for yourself is one of the most important things that you need to have. Realize that respect isn't something that you'll feel only after you become more valuable. In fact, it's the other way around. You'll feel more respect after you realize how valuable you already are. First, you need to think respectable thoughts if you want to become more respected, simply because your actions will always be based on your thoughts. When your respect increases, then your feelings of love, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically increase. Your feelings of love will increase because you'll feel more cared about. Your feelings of happiness will increase because you'll feel more comfortable with yourself and you'll truly enjoy yourself more. Your feelings of health will increase because you'll feel stronger. Your feelings of wealth will increase because you'll feel more valuable. What you need to do is 1, decide that no matter what happens, you'll always continuously improve your feelings of respect that you have for yourself and others. 2, realize that you and your family are worth it. 3, start feeling more respect right now by thinking about the thoughts that make you feel respected. Feeling more respect isn't hard to do. You can feel more respect whenever you want to. Simply think about the thoughts that make you feel more respect. Think about the times when you felt very valuable. Now take it one step further. Whenever you do anything, focus on how much you respect yourself and focus on how much you truly enjoy being in control of your life. Even if it's something that you've done thousands of times before, focus on how special you are for being a human being who's in control and has the power to continuously improve. If you always focus on how much you respect yourself, then you'll always be respected. Thinking about how much you respect yourself will give your life a whole new meaning. It'll make you feel special all of the time, and you deserve to feel special. Why? Because you're a human being, that's why. And all human beings are special because we're created in the image of Yah. Intermission. And we're back. You can feel as much respect as you want to because you have complete control over your thoughts. And remember, your feelings are always based on what you think about. Don't let other people control your respect. It's your respect, not theirs. Realize that you have complete control over your respect. Stay in complete control of your thoughts. And don't let other people make you think about things that end up decreasing your respect for yourself. Because believe me, they'll try, especially when they notice that you're always feeling good, so good about yourself and about life. Long-term respect is one of the most important goals for every human being. Did you know that it's a fact that when you think about thoughts that make you feel respected, you end up doing more of the things that make other people respect you? It's true. So don't be surprised if you form a positive addiction to thinking about things that make you feel respected. If people don't know how to make themselves feel respected by simply thinking about the thoughts that make them feel respected and then doing what they know they need to do to become more respected, then they'll try to find respect from somewhere else. The reason people smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol in excess, and take harmful drugs is because no one has ever shared with them how to truly respect themselves. Many people want to become friends with someone who truly respects themselves so that they can learn more about respect. So don't be surprised if a lot of people become more attracted to you when you start to truly respect yourself more. There are many different kinds of respect. However, the four main kinds of respect are your mental respect, your emotional respect, your physical respect, and your relational respect. 1, mental respect is your feeling that your mind is very valuable. You'll always have mental respect if you truly feel that your mind is very valuable. 2, emotional respect is your feeling that your emotions are very valuable. You'll always have emotional respect if you truly feel that your emotions are very valuable. 3, physical respect is your feeling that your body is very valuable. You'll always have physical respect if you truly feel that your body is very valuable. 4, relational respect is your feeling that your relationships are very valuable. You'll always have relational respect if you truly feel that your relationships are very valuable. Feelings of respect will naturally come from being in control. That's because when you're in control, you can continuously improve things so that you become respected even more. Respect is all about value and importance. Be sure to realize that your respect is unlimited, and the more respect that you give, then the more respect you will feel. Think about it. Can you ever run out of respect by giving too much respect to someone? The answer is no. What emotion do you feel when you give respect to someone else? The answer is respect. When you give respect to someone else, you are also giving respect to yourself. If you want more respect in your life, then you need to start with respecting yourself more first. If you don't truly respect yourself, then you will never gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Realize that you'll always gain respect if you continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Mental respect. Another intermission. And we're back. Mental respect is your feeling that your mind is very valuable. You need mental respect in order to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental respect? Mental respect is your feeling that your mind is very valuable. In order to respect your mind, you need to truly feel that your mind is very valuable. So it's very important that you truly feel that your mind is very valuable, useful, or helpful. If you want to feel more respect for your mind, then truly feel that your mind is very valuable through your actions. You'll feel more respect for your mind when you truly feel that your mind is very valuable by taking good care of it. If you do things that hurt your mind, then you'll only feel less respect for it. That's because if you hurt your mind, then you'll only end up feeling that you don't truly feel that your mind is very valuable. You can avoid this loss of mental respect if you simply only do things that end up helping your mind. By continuously improving your mind, you'll be continuously improving your mental respect. Happiness. Happiness is the feeling of comfort and enjoyment. We all want to gain happiness, but what exactly is happiness? Happiness is the feeling of comfort and enjoyment. If you feel comfortable and you truly enjoy what you're doing, then you'll be happy. In order to be happy with yourself, you need to be comfortable with who you are, as well as truly enjoy who you are. The main reason why most people aren't happy with themselves is because they don't understand themselves. That's because it's very hard to be comfortable with something that you don't understand. You'll become much more comfortable with yourself after you begin to understand yourself more. But even after you begin to understand yourself more, you will not truly enjoy who you are unless you are continuously improving yourself. That's why many people are still unhappy even after they have everything. Many people believe that they'll be happy someday in the future, only after they gain more love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth. The sad part is that most people don't realize that they can feel happy whenever they want to. If you want to feel happy, then simply focus on the thoughts that make you feel happy. Realize that happiness isn't something that you'll feel only after you gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. In fact, it's the other way around. If you're happy with yourself and you're happy with what you're doing, then you'll end up doing what you'll need to do to gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. First, you need to think happy thoughts if you want to become happier, simply because your feelings will be based on your thoughts. If you feel unhappy, then your feelings of love, respect, health, and wealth will all automatically decrease. If you feel unhappy, then your feelings of love will decrease because you'll feel less cared about. Your feelings of respect and wealth will decrease because you'll feel less valuable. Your feelings of health will decrease because you will not feel well. The truth is that if you don't have happiness, then nothing else will even matter. So realize that your happiness is one of the most important things that you need to have. Realize that happiness isn't something that you'll have only after you gain more love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth. In fact, it's the other way around. You'll gain more love, respect, health, and wealth after you become happier first. First, you need to think happy thoughts if you want to become happier, simply because your feelings are always based on your thoughts. When your happiness increases, then your feelings of love, respect, health, and wealth will all automatically increase. Your feelings of love will increase because you'll feel more cared about. Your feelings of respect and wealth will increase because you'll feel more valuable. Your feelings of health will increase because you'll feel stronger. If you're not happy with yourself, or if you're not happy with what you're doing, then you'll never do what it takes to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Simply because continuously gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth will take a lot of effort. And if you're not happy with yourself, or if you're not happy with what you're doing, then you'll always end up feeling like it's not even worth it. And you'll eventually give up or stop trying. What you need to do is 1, decide that no matter what happens, you'll always continuously improve your happiness. 2, realize that you and your family are worth it. 3, start feeling happier right now by thinking about the thoughts that make you feel more comfort and enjoyment. Feeling happy isn't hard to do. You can feel happy whenever you want to. Simply think about the thoughts that make you feel happy. Think about times when you felt comfortable with yourself and you truly enjoyed yourself. Now take it one step further. Whenever you do anything, focus on how comfortable you feel when you're doing it and focus on how much you truly enjoy being in control of your life. Even if it's something that you've done thousands of times before, focus on how special you are for being a human being who's in control and has the power to continuously improve. You were created in the image of the living Yah. If you always focus on your comfort and enjoyment, then you'll always be happy. Thinking about your comfort and enjoyment will give your life a whole new meaning. It'll make you feel special all the time, and you deserve to feel special. Why? Because you're a human being created in the image of Yah. That's why, and all human beings are special. You can feel as happy as you want to because you have complete control over your thoughts. And remember, your feelings are always based on what you think about. Don't let other people control your happiness. It's your happiness, not theirs. Realize that you have complete control over your happiness. Stay in control of your thoughts and don't let other people make you think about things that end up decreasing your happiness. Because believe me, and they'll try, especially when they notice that you're always feeling so good about yourself and about life. Always stay in control of your thoughts and only choose to think about things that make you feel good. Because the odds are that someone will eventually try to make you feel bad, especially when they notice that you're always feeling happy. People who aren't happy usually hate to see other people feeling happy. That's because it makes them feel even worse. Long-term happiness is one of the most important goals for every human being. Did you know that it's a fact that when you think about thoughts that make you feel happy, your brain actually releases natural chemicals into your body that make you feel better? It's true. The chemicals are called endorphins, pronounced endorphins. Endorphins are your body's version of morphine. Morphine is a very powerful pain-killing drug, but endorphins are healthy for you because they're your body's natural painkillers. Don't be surprised if you form a positive addiction to thinking about the things that make you feel good. I can promise you that you'll love it. It's the best high on the entire flat earth plane, and it's the healthiest. By the way, that's where the saying high on life comes from, because you actually become naturally high from the endorphins. If people don't know how to make themselves feel happy by simply thinking about the thoughts that make them feel happy, and then doing what they know they need to do to become happier, then they'll try to find happiness from somewhere else. The reason people eat junk food is because no one ever shared with them how to truly feel happy. It's sad too, because all the short-term pleasure that people feel from negative pleasures will only end up decreasing their long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. There are many different kinds of happiness. However, the four main kinds are your mental happiness, your emotional happiness, your physical happiness, and your relational happiness. 1. Mental happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your mind. You'll have mental happiness if you're comfortable with your mind and you truly enjoy using it. 2. Emotional happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your emotions. You'll have emotional happiness if you're comfortable with your emotions and you truly enjoy using them. 3. Physical happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your body. You'll have physical happiness if you're comfortable with your body and you truly enjoy using it. 4. Relational happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your relationships. You'll have relational happiness if you're comfortable with your relationships and you truly enjoy having them. Feelings of comfort and enjoyment will come naturally from being in control. That's because when you're in control, you can continuously improve things so that you become even more happier. You'll also feel much happier when you know what to expect. Realize that you'll always gain happiness if you continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Mental happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your mind. You need mental happiness in order to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental happiness? Mental happiness is your feeling of comfort and enjoyment of your mind. The only way that you'll be happy with your mind is if you're comfortable with your mind and if you truly enjoy using your mind. So, it's very important that you love and respect your mind and that you love and respect using it. If you want to become more comfortable with your mind, then the first step is to understand your mind more by studying it. You'll become much more comfortable with your mind when you have more control over your mind and when you know what to expect from your mind. If you do things that hurt your mind, then you'll only become less comfortable with it. That's because if you hurt your mind, then you'll only end up having less control over your mind. You can avoid this loss of control if you simply only do things that end up helping your mind. By continuously improving your mind, you'll be continuously improving your mental happiness. Health. Health is the well-being of something. We all need health, but what exactly is health? Health is the well-being of something. If you're well, then you're healthy. If you're not well, then you're unhealthy. Most people understand what health is. The problem is that most people just don't realize how important their health is. If you feel unhealthy, then your feelings of love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically decrease. If you feel unhealthy, then your feelings of love will decrease because you'll feel less cared about. Your feelings of respect and wealth will decrease because you'll feel less valuable. Your feelings of happiness will decrease because you'll feel uncomfortable, and you certainly will not enjoy it. The truth is that if you don't have health, then nothing else will even matter. So realize that your health is one of the most important things that you need to have. Realize that health isn't something that you'll have only after you become stronger. In fact, it's the other way around. You'll become stronger after you realize how healthy you already are. First, you need to think healthy thoughts if you want to become healthier, simply because your actions are always based on your thoughts. When your health increases, then your feelings of love, respect, happiness, and wealth will all automatically increase. Your feelings of love will increase because you'll feel more cared about. Your feelings of respect and wealth will increase because you'll feel more valuable. Your feelings of happiness will increase because you'll feel more comfortable with yourself and you'll truly enjoy yourself more. If you don't love and respect yourself, then you'll never do what it takes to become healthier, simply because continuously improving your health will take a lot of effort. And if you don't love and respect yourself enough, then you'll always end up feeling like you're not even worth it, and you'll eventually give up or stop trying. What you need to do is, 1, decide that no matter what happens, you'll always continuously improve your health. 2, realize that you and your family are worth it. 3, start feeling healthier right now by thinking about the thoughts that make you feel well. Feeling healthy isn't hard to do. You can feel healthy whenever you want to. Simply think about the thoughts that make you feel healthy. Think about times when you felt strong. Now I'll take it one step further. Whenever you do anything, focus on how strong you feel when you're doing it and focus on how much you truly enjoy being in control of your life. Even if it's something that you've done thousands of times before, focus on how special you are for being a human being created in the image of Yah, who's in control and has the power to continuously improve. If you always focus on your well-being, then you'll always be healthy. Thinking about your well-being will give your life a whole new meaning. It'll make you feel special all the time, and you deserve to feel special. Why? Because you're a human being, that's why. And all human beings are special because we're created in the image of Yah. You can feel as healthy as you want to because you have complete control of your thoughts. And remember, your feelings are always based on what you think about. Don't let other people control your health. It's your health, not theirs. Realize that you have complete control over your health. Stay in control of your thoughts and don't let other people make you think about things that end up decreasing your health. Because believe me, they'll try, especially when they notice that you're always feeling so good about yourself and about life. Long-term health is one of the most important goals for every human being. Be sure to realize that it's your individual responsibility to avoid 1, harmful drugs, 2, excessive alcohol, 3, cigarettes, 4, junk food, 5, any other negatives that decrease your health. Also understand that the benefits of alcohol and harmful drugs only seem to come from their short-term pain-killing effects, but in the long term, they'll only leave you with 1, less love, 2, less respect, 3, less happiness, 4, less health, 5, less wealth, 6, less control, 8, damage to your mind, 9, damage to your emotions, 10, damage to your body, 11, damage to your relationships. With this understanding of alcohol and harmful drugs, it's obvious that it makes much more sense to find healthy ways to enjoy life. Some good examples of healthy ways to enjoy your life are 1, continuously improving your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships a little bit each day for the rest of your entire life. 2, enjoying physical exercise. 3, enjoying healthy foods. 4, enjoying a good book. 5, relaxing in a hot tub. 6, spending quality time with the people that you love. Did you know that it's a fact that when you think about thoughts that make you feel healthy, your brain actually releases natural chemicals into your body that makes your immune system stronger? It's true. So don't be surprised if you form a positive addiction to thinking about things that make you feel healthy. If people don't know how to make themselves feel healthy by simply thinking about the thoughts that make them feel healthy and then doing what they know they need to do to become healthier, then they'll try to find health from somewhere else. The reason people go on unhealthy diets is because no one has ever shared with them how to truly become healthy. Many people want to become friends with someone who is healthy so that they can learn more about health. So don't be surprised if a lot of people become more attracted to you when you become healthier. There are many different kinds of health. However, the four main kinds are your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health, and your relational health. One, mental health is the well-being of your mind. You'll always have mental health if your mind is in good condition and you have control of your thoughts. Two, emotional health is the well-being of your emotions. You'll always have emotional health if your emotions are in good condition and you have control over your feelings. Three, physical health is the well-being of your body. You'll always have physical health if your body is in good condition and you have control over your actions. Four, relational health is the well-being of your relationships. You'll always have relational health if your relationships are in good condition and you have control over your relations. Feelings of well-being will naturally come from being in control. That's because when you're in control, you can continuously improve things so that you become even healthier. You'll also feel much healthier when you know what to expect. Realize that you'll always gain health if you continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Mental health. Mental health is the well-being of your mind. You need mental health in order to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental health? Mental health is the well-being of your mind. Your mental health is based on your ability to think clearly. Your mental health is based on your ability to clearly and logically communicate with yourself. The clearer and more logical your thoughts, then the stronger your mental health will be. So be sure to realize that you'll think clearer and more logical thoughts if you understand the way things truly are. Because by understanding the way things truly are, one, you'll think clearer. Two, you'll think more logically. Three, you'll have more control over your surroundings. Furthermore, your mental health will be directly affected by your physical health, the well-being of your body. Therefore, your mental health will be improved by a healthy lifestyle in general. Realize that you'll improve your mental health if you, one, drink about 1 gallon of distilled water every day. Two, take deep breaths of fresh air as often as you can. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Did you know that your body is made up of around 80% water? Water to your body is like oil to a car. It needs it in order to work. But unlike a car, your body changes its oil every day more than once. If your body is deprived of water, it will begin to slowly poison itself with its own toxins. So always drink plenty of distilled water. In fact, the more clean water that you drink, the better. I carry a gallon of distilled water around me with me everywhere I go. I take small sips of it all day long, and by the end of the day, it's all gone. That way, I never have to drink unclean tap water. It's even more important that your body gets plenty of fresh oxygen. That's another reason why water is so good for your body. It has plenty of oxygen in it. By slowly taking deep breaths of fresh air in through your nose, out through your mouth, your body will be getting plenty of the life-giving oxygen that it needs. If your brain runs out of oxygen, then it will begin to die quickly. So avoid anything that stops you from breathing fresh air. Remember how important clean water and fresh air are to your mental health. I wouldn't be mentioning them here if it weren't important. If you're good to your body and you give it what it needs, then you will rarely have any diseases or headaches. I haven't had a single headache in the past 8 years. Speaking of headaches, they're a good warning sign that something is wrong. In fact, any type of pain is a warning sign that you need to stop what you're doing or start doing something that you're not doing, like start drinking plenty of distilled water, for example. By understanding the way things truly are and by living a healthy lifestyle in general, you'll be guaranteeing yourself long-term mental health. So only do things that end up helping your mind. By continuously improving your mind, you'll be continuously improving your mental health. Wealth. Wealth is the value, usefulness, or helpfulness of something. We all need wealth, but what exactly is wealth? Wealth is the value of something. If you're valuable, then you're wealthy. If you're not valuable, then you're unwealthy. Most people understand how important wealth is. The problem is that most people just don't understand exactly what wealth is. Your wealth is much more than how much money you have. However, the amount of money that you made, your financial wealth, will usually be equal to the amount of value that you have traded with others. Your wealth is the value of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. If you feel unwealthy, then your feelings of love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth will all automatically decrease. If you feel unwealthy, then your feelings of love will decrease because you'll feel less cared about. Your feelings of respect will decrease because you'll feel less valuable. Your feelings of happiness will decrease because you'll feel uncomfortable and you certainly will not enjoy it. Your feelings of health will decrease because you will not feel well. The truth is that if you don't have wealth, then nothing else will even matter. So realize that your wealth is one of the most important things that you need to have. Realize that wealth isn't something that you'll have only after you make a lot of money. In fact, it's the other way around. You'll make a lot of money after you realize how valuable you already are. First, you need to think wealthy thoughts if you want to become wealthier, simply because your actions are always based on your thoughts. When your wealth increases, then your feelings of love, respect, happiness, and health will all automatically increase. Your feelings of love will increase because you'll feel more cared about. Your feelings of respect will increase because you'll feel more valuable. Your feelings of happiness will increase because you'll feel more comfortable with yourself and you'll truly enjoy yourself more. Your feelings of health will increase because you'll feel stronger. If you don't love and respect yourself, then you'll never do what it takes to become wealthier, simply because continuously improving your wealth will take a lot of effort. And if you don't love and respect yourself enough, then you'll always end up feeling like you're not even worth it, and you'll eventually give up or stop trying. What you need to do is 1, decide that no matter what happens, you'll always continuously improve your wealth. 2, realize that you and your family are worth it. 3, start feeling wealthier right now by thinking about the thoughts that make you feel valuable. Feeling wealth isn't hard to do. You can feel wealthy whenever you want to. Simply think about the thoughts that make you feel wealthy. Think about the times when you felt useful. Now take it one step further. Whenever you do anything, focus on how useful you feel when you're doing it, and focus on how much you truly enjoy being in control of your life. Even if it's something that you've done thousands of times before, focus on how special you are for being a human being created in the image of Yah, who's in control and has the power to continuously improve. If you always focus on your value, then you'll always be wealthy. Thinking about your value will give your life a whole new meaning. It'll make you feel special all the time, and you deserve to feel special. Why? Because you're a human being created in the image of Yah. That's why. And all human beings are special. You can feel as wealthy as you want to because you have complete control over your thoughts. And remember, your feelings are always based on what you think about. Don't let other people control your wealth. It's your wealth, not theirs. Realize that you have complete control over your wealth. Stay in control of your thoughts and don't let other people make you think about things that end up decreasing your wealth. Because believe me, they'll try. Especially when they notice that you're always feeling so good about yourself and about life. Long-term wealth is one of the most important goals for every human being. Did you know that it's a fact that when you think about thoughts that make you feel wealthy, you'll actually start to do more of the things that you'll need to do to become wealthier? It's true, so don't be surprised if you form a positive addiction to thinking about things that make you feel wealthy. If people don't know how to make themselves feel wealthy by simply thinking about the thoughts that make them feel wealthy and then doing what they know they need to do to become wealthier, then they'll try to find wealth from somewhere else. The reason people have gambling problems is because no one has ever shared with them how to truly become wealthy by trading values. Many people want to become friends with someone who is wealthy so that they can learn more about wealth. So don't be surprised if a lot of people become more attracted to you and become wealthier. There are many different kinds of wealth. However, the 4 main kinds are your mental wealth, your emotional wealth, your physical wealth, and your relational wealth. 1, mental wealth is the value of your mind. You'll always have mental wealth if you realize how useful your mind truly is. 2, emotional wealth is the value of your emotions. You'll always have emotional wealth if you realize how useful your emotions truly are. 3, physical wealth is the value of your body. You'll always have physical wealth if you realize how useful your body truly is. 4, relational wealth is the value of your relationships. You'll always have relational wealth if you realize how useful your relationships truly are. The most commonly thought of relational wealth is your financial wealth. Simply defined, financial wealth is the value of your money. Realize that your financial wealth is very important because the more money you have, then the more control you will have over your life. Financial wealth is covered in How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, Personal Perfection of Your Relationships. That book was never written. Feelings of wealth will naturally come from being in control. That's because when you're in control, you can continuously improve things so that you become even wealthier. You'll also feel much wealthier when you know what to expect. Realize that you'll always gain wealth if you continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Mental wealth. Mental wealth is the value of your mind. You need mental wealth in order to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is mental wealth? Mental wealth is the value of your mind. Your mental wealth is based on how useful your mind is. Your mind is already much more useful than you realize, because if you realize how useful your mind truly is, then you would already have everything that you ever wanted. The more control you have over your thoughts, then the more mental wealth you will have. So be sure to realize that you'll always have more control over your thoughts if you're completely honest with yourself. Because by being completely honest with yourself, 1, your thoughts will be more useful. 2, you'll love and respect yourself more. Furthermore, your mental wealth will be directly affected by your physical wealth, the value of your body. Therefore, your mental wealth will be improved by a wealthy lifestyle in general. By being completely honest with yourself and by living a wealthy lifestyle in general, you'll be guaranteeing yourself long-term mental wealth. So, only do things that end up helping your mind. By continuously improving your mind, you'll be continuously improving your mental wealth. Effort. Effort is your power to use energy to do something. We use effort every day, but what exactly is effort? Effort is your power to use energy to do something. Effort is a necessary step if you want to do anything, because whatever you do will require the use of energy. Therefore, if you want to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then you need to fall in love with using effort. Realize that what you just read is some of the best advice that anyone could ever give you. Understand that there's no such thing as something for nothing. You always have to put something in if you want to get something out. For example, if you have to eat food, use effort to get energy for your body. For example, you have to eat food, use effort to get energy for your body. Then you have to move your body, use effort to get from one place to another. If you don't eat the food first, put something in, then you won't have the energy that you need to do anything, get something out. When you use something, you are making a trade. When you use food, you are trading the food for the energy that it will give you. When you use the energy from the food to move your body, you are trading that energy to get from one place to another. Every time you do something, you're making a trade, something for something. Realize that the more you put in, then the more you'll get out. You will reap what you sow. Yah will not be mocked. If you ever do find something for nothing, I can guarantee you that you'll eventually end up lowering your self-esteem, losing what you've gained, in jail, or all three, or dead. If you think that lowering your self-esteem isn't going to hurt you, then you need to stop and really think about it for a minute. Did you know that low self-esteem is life-threatening? Why? Because the main reason people commit suicide is because they have very low self-esteem. No matter what happens, living your life is going to take a lot of effort. Fortunately for you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you things that I'm sure you'd love to hear, like, it's going to be easy, you'll have no problems, or you won't even have to do much work. By now, I hope that you understand that life isn't just isn't that way. If it were that easy, then everyone would be gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If I told you that life was easy, that wouldn't be fair to you. I'd be giving you information that wouldn't enable you to help yourself. It wouldn't be fair to me either, because I'd be lowering my own self-esteem if I gave you information that I knew was untrue or useless. If you use effort to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships, even if it's just a little bit each day, then you'll be guaranteeing yourself long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Think about it. If everyone focused on continuously improving themselves, then everyone would be gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. That's because everyone would find out that no matter how big their problems are, they would be able to overcome every one of them. But that would take a lot of effort. And basically, most people haven't given themselves a good enough reason to truly want to use that much effort. They haven't taken the time to decide exactly what it is that they truly want to experience in life, because even that takes a lot of effort. You need to find something that gets you excited enough for you to truly want to use effort. Having complete control over your life will take a lot of effort, but if you learn and actually use the knowledge that you have in your hands, then your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth will continuously improve for the rest of your entire life. Remember this important point about effort. It takes less effort to live your life and be in control than it does to live your life and have no control. But how can that be? Didn't I just tell you that it would take a lot of effort for you to have complete control of your life? That's true. It will take a lot of effort, even more than you can imagine. But let me tell you something from firsthand experience. If you ever find yourself on the streets with no place to go and no food to eat, it'll take much more effort just for you to survive than it will if you use effort right now to make your life exactly the way you truly want it to be. I know because I've been there, but I turned it all around more than once. You could have turned it all around too, or anyone else for that matter. But I can tell you that it sure takes a lot of effort. After an experience like that, you begin to truly appreciate the basics in life. Always remember, it takes just as much effort to live a happy, healthy, and wealthy life as it does to live a sad, sick, and poor life. It'll take just as much energy for you to use effort to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth as it will if you don't use effort and then you find yourself unloved, disrespected, sad, sick, and poor. So you might as well use effort now so that you can truly enjoy your life. I'm sure that more people would use effort if it were easier to do. But the fact is that using effort is one of the most difficult things in the world to do. But if you fall in love with using effort, then all your work will seem like play. Mental effort. Mental effort is your power to use your mind to do something. You use mental effort every day, but what exactly is mental effort? Mental effort is your power to use your mind to do something. Continuous improvement will take a lot of mental effort on your part. It'll be much easier for you to use your mental effort if you clearly understand how your mind works. That way, you'll have more control over your thoughts. If you don't take control over your thoughts, then someone else will. Be sure to realize that having control over your thoughts is necessary if you want to continuously gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Realize that having control over your life always starts with having control over your thoughts. And having control over your thoughts always starts with plenty of mental effort. So you need to fall in love with using mental effort if you want to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth long term. Relaxation. Relaxation is the resting of something. We all need relaxation, but what exactly is relaxation? Relaxation is the resting of something. Relaxation is taking a break from using effort. Relaxation is important because if you don't take time out to rest, then you'll eventually run out of energy. But don't use that as an excuse to rest all the time. Relaxation is very comfortable because you don't have to do anything when you relax. But be aware that when you relax too much, what you're really doing is becoming lazy. Laziness is very common because it feels good and it's free. But understand that laziness isn't free because it will cost you your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You should only relax when you truly need to take a break. That way, you do relax. That way, when you do relax, you'll enjoy it even more because you'll know that you truly deserve it. Relaxation should be thought of as a reward for using effort. If you only relax when you truly need to take a break from using effort, then you'll always be on the right track to gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Mental relaxation is the resting. Mental relaxation is the resting of your mind. We all need mental relaxation, but what exactly is mental relaxation? Mental relaxation is the resting of your mind. Mental relaxation is taking a break from using your mind. Understand that you don't need to rest your mind very often, because nobody ever hurt themselves by thinking too much. Be sure to realize that one of the main reasons most people don't gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth is because they don't use their minds enough. Since most of us use less than 10% of our mind power while we're awake, and then rest our minds an average of 8 hours out of every 24 hours when we're asleep, there's really no need to rest our minds while we're awake. But mental relaxation while you're awake can be a very enjoyable experience, especially after you've been using your mind nonstop for many hours and you truly deserve to take a break and relax. The problem is that many people rest their minds too much, and then they never get anything done. Why do people like to rest their mind so much? Because resting your mind is easy to do, like clicking off this video. When your mind is relaxing, you don't have to think. And thinking is one of the hardest things in the entire world to do. That's because it takes a lot of effort to think. Look at mental relaxation as a reward for using mental effort, and only enjoy it after you've truly earned it. That way you'll get much more done, and you'll be much happier with yourself, because you'll know that you aren't wasting your time. There's nothing wrong with using your mind as often as you can. It's not going to hurt you if you think most of the time. In fact, it'll help you get what you want in your life much faster. However, it is important that you get as much quality sleep as your mind and your body need. To get quality sleep, try this. As you fall asleep, completely relax your mind by thinking calm and relaxing thoughts. For example, in your mind, picture a beautiful stream of water flowing gently as you drift off to sleep. Whenever you want to, you can totally relax your mind and your body by simply thinking calm and relaxing thoughts. Always be sure to organize your time so that you get as much quality sleep as your mind and your body need. Here's a very simple rule. Sleep for as long as it takes for you to feel well rested when you wake up. Your body's very good at letting you know whether you're getting enough sleep. You just need to truly listen to what your body's telling you. Why do so many people ignore this simple rule? I don't know, but just make sure that you're not one of them, because you're going to need all the energy that you can get if you truly want to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Communication. Communication is your power to give or exchange information. Communication is happening inside us and all around us all the time. But what exactly is communication? Communication is your power to give or exchange information. The reason communication is your power to give or exchange information is because when you communicate, you are giving information. You can communicate with someone or something and not receive any information back, or you can communicate to each other and both give and receive, exchange information. When you communicate with yourself, other people, or anything around you, it is done through the form of language. Without communication and language, you would have absolutely no understanding of anything. Communication is the life-giving link between your mind and your body, and between you, other people, and your surroundings. If you continuously improve your ability to communicate with yourself, other people, and your surroundings, then you'll be continuously improving love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. If you continuously improve your power to communicate, then you'll be continuously improving the control that you have over your thoughts, feelings, actions, relationships, time, money, freedom, and choices in life. Realize that success in your life is based on your power to communicate effectively with yourself, other people, and your surroundings. You'll always be successful if you continuously 1. Think logical thoughts, 2. Take logical actions, 3. Find better information, 4. Use the better information, 5. Continuously repeat steps 1 through 4. By following these 5 steps for the rest of your entire life, you'll be personally perfecting your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. Also understand that your personal perfection is a never-ending, lifelong process. No matter how much you improve any area of your life, you'll always be able to improve it even more. Today, we call personal perfection Helpology, the biblical and scientific study of the world's most helpful products and services. No matter how much you improve any area of your life, you'll always be able to improve it even more. This may seem like a lot of work, and it is. But if you're not growing and becoming more, then you'll never gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Fortunately, you now have the system that you'll need to get you started and headed in the right direction. The rest is up to you. Of course, it won't be easy. It'll take a lot of effort on your part, but without a doubt, it'll all be worth it. And by continuously improving your power to communicate, you'll find that many things that you used to think were impossible are actually not that difficult at all. Information. Information is anything that helps you understand something. Information is an important topic for you to understand because the term information is used for anything that you will ever learn. But what exactly is information? Information is anything that helps you understand something. You've got the root words in, form, ation. So something becomes, once it's in form, then it informs you and you can understand it. Information is given or exchanged through messages. Messages are communicated through the form of language. Be sure to realize that when you receive information, it might not be true information. It might be a mistake, or it might even be false information that was meant to hurt you. That's why it's extremely important for you to always think for yourself and try to figure out whether any information that you receive is true. It's important that you only use true information so that your life will not be based on false information. Always look out for false information because it's through false information that other people can take advantage of you and take advantage of those that you love. Some people will lie to you to get something from you that they want. So be aware of this and expect it. Always study information to find out if it's true. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Otherwise, no matter how hard you try, other people will take advantage of you and you'll have less control over your life. Realize that there's really no such thing as bad information, only false information. That's because even false information can be useful to you. For example, when you learn that certain information is false or untrue, then you can add that understanding to your knowledge so that in the future you never take action based on that false information. Although understand that over time things can and will change. So always stay open-minded enough to review information that you once found to be false. If things have changed, the information that was once false might now be true and very useful to you. Realize that you're very fortunate to be living in a day and age when practically any type of information that you could ever want or need is almost immediately available to you. Just Google it. And our understanding of information continues to grow every day at an amazing rate. That's why it's called the information age. And the scriptures say in the end times, knowledge will increase, and it certainly is. You don't have any excuses for not having access to an unlimited amount of useful information. If you have access to a free public library, you can get on a computer and Google anything. Think about it. You can always walk into any public library, and the information that you're looking for will either be there or they'll tell you where you can find it. I'm sure that you already know this, but how often do you actually use this powerful source of useful information called your public library? If you want information on anything, the absolute best place to start is Google and then also your public library. Realize that life is much easier when you can learn from other people's mistakes as well as from your own mistakes. And the easiest way to learn from other people's mistakes is by reading the books that they've written. You can read a book in about 3 hours and learn everything that it took the author 20 years to learn. The first thing you should do, even if you haven't done so already, is immediately get your very own public library card. Pick up your phone right now and call information. Dial 1-555-1212 and politely ask the operator, may I please have the phone number to the public library that's closest to me? I'm in the city of your city. 2, write down the phone number to your public library. 3, then immediately call your public library and politely say, hello, may I please have directions on how to get to you? I'm coming from 2 major cross streets that are closest to you in the city that you're in. 4, write down the directions. 5, then say, could you please tell me the hours that you're open? 6, write down the hours. 7, then ask, what do I need to bring with me in order to get a library card? 8, write down the answer. 9, then as soon as possible, go to your public library, get your own very public library card, check out a book on your favorite topic. Don't deny yourself the privilege of a public library card. If you don't have one, then you'll be missing out on some of the most valuable information on the entire planet, flat Earth plane. You'll be amazed at how much useful information is available to you at your public library. To this day, I still think it's amazing. Some of the most useful information that I've ever learned, I found at my public library. And even better yet, the people that work in your public library are very friendly and extremely helpful. They're very good at helping you find the information that you're looking for. They are not only professional, but they also truly love helping people. Always be sure to continuously look for better information. And then after you find and understand the better information, be sure to actually use it. The best place to start is your public library. So call information and put yourself in control of your life today. Pick up the phone and do it right now. Intermission. And we're back. You'll be amazed at how much useful information is available to you at your public library. To this day, I still think we already read that. Language. Language is a system used for communication. You use language every day, but what exactly is language? Language is a system used for communication. Did you know that you wouldn't even be able to think if you didn't have a language to think with? You need a language in order to develop an awareness of who you are, what you're doing, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it. Think about it. When you think in the form of language. You wouldn't even be able to communicate with yourself if you didn't have a language to communicate to yourself with. So if you have a limited understanding of your language, then your ability to think will also be limited. And the way we think is by asking and answering questions. And the most helpful and simplest question that works is the Helpology question. Based on 30 years of research and Einstein's statement, the best design is the simplest one that works. Simply ask what's the most helpful and simplest way that works. And I suggest praying it as follows. Father Yahuwah, I am he who breathes life. What's the most helpful and simplest way that works to do whatever it is I'm trying to do? In Yahusha's, I am he who saves, name, so be it, let it be true. Or Amen. Hallelujah. Remember these important facts about language. The clearer you understand your language, then the clearer you'll be able to communicate with yourself. And the clearer you understand your language, then the clearer you'll be able to communicate with other people. Some examples of different types of languages are gestures, signs, sounds, letters, words, and numbers. The two most important languages for you to clearly understand are one, the English language, and two, body language. The English language, both written and spoken, is the basic foundation from which all your knowledge will be built upon. Therefore, it becomes very important that this basic foundation is strong. Body language includes the way you use your eyes, face, hands, body, and the tone of your voice to communicate. It's a known fact that when you communicate with someone else, the way you say something, the way you use your eyes, your face, your hands, your body, and the tone of your voice tells a person a lot more than the actual words you use. Your body communicates your thoughts and your feelings to others. If you walk around with your head down and your shoulders slouched, then other people will not only sense that you have low self-esteem, but you will also begin to actually feel worse. The way you use your body will greatly affect the way you feel. For example, if you smile and stand tall, then you will automatically feel better. Your body communicates to your mind and tells you how you should feel. Since body language plays such a large part in communication, it becomes very important for you to clearly understand it. For the best information available both on the English language and on body language, see How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, your personal perfection catalog. That's not available, but you can Google anything and search for it on YouTube. Realize that clearly understanding language will help you to, 1, communicate more clearly with yourself. 2, communicate more clearly with other people. 3, get what you need much faster. 4, get what you want much faster. So if you want to gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then it only makes sense to continuously improve your understanding of language. Thought. Thought is your power to communicate with yourself. You use your power of thought every day, but what exactly is thought? Thought is your power to communicate with yourself. Thought is the communication that you have with yourself. It's through your thoughts that you recall and review your memories of prior knowledge and experiences. Realize that your thoughts direct your feelings and your actions. You think a thought first, then you feel a feeling or take an action based on that thought. In fact, you usually 1, think a thought, 2, feel a feeling based on that thought, 3, take an action based on that thought and on that feeling. The most powerful understanding that you need to have is that in order for you to have control over your life, you need to have control over your thoughts. Realize that you will eventually become what you think about most often. Let me repeat that. You will eventually become what you think about most often. If you always think about what you need to do to just make it from day to day, then you will just make it from day to day. But if you always think about what you need to do to continually improve yourself in every area of your life, then you will continuously improve yourself in every area of your life. You'll always be able to choose your feelings and your actions if you develop complete control over your thoughts. Since this is the most important point in this entire series for you to remember, I'm going to make it perfectly clear. Developing complete control over your thoughts will give you complete control over your feelings, your actions, and your future. You have the power to choose your thoughts, but just like any other skill, this power that you have needs to be developed. Your powers of thought can be developed through mental effort, focus, awareness, education, and understanding. You can improve your powers of focus and awareness by simply choosing to control your thoughts. And you think by asking and answering questions. So the one question we do with Helpology is the Helpology question. What's the most helpful and simplest way that works? Be sure to realize that your powers of thought can be continuously improved for the rest of your entire life. By developing your powers of focus and awareness, you'll always be able to choose your thoughts. In turn, you'll always be able to choose your feelings and your actions simply because your feelings and your actions are always based on your thoughts. Always remember, you ask a question, then you answer it. That is, you think a thought first, and then you feel a feeling and or take an action based on that thought. If you want to change the way you feel about something or change your behavior, then simply change what you're thinking about. Be sure to realize that whatever you continuously think about, you'll eventually have in your life. Having complete control over your thoughts will put you in complete control of your feelings, your actions, and your future. If you develop complete control over your thoughts, then you'll be able to choose exactly where you want to go, where you want your life to go. Memory. Memory is your power to store and recall information from your mind. You need your memory in order to survive, but what exactly is memory? Memory is your power to store and recall information from your mind. It's through your memory that your mind and your brain work together to store and recall information, much like a computer, but even more powerful and complex. Your mind stores, recalls, and reacts to information in 3 steps. The 3 steps are 1, input, what goes in; 2, central processing, what happens inside; 3, output, what comes out. More specifically, 1, input, the information received from your senses. 2, central processing, the sorting, storing, and recalling of that information. 3, output, your feelings and or actions that result from the recalling of that information. Whenever you experience something, that information is received through one or up to all 5 of your senses. It's important for you to realize that your experiences are always based on your focus, what you choose to think about. Your mind then sorts and stores that information in your brain's memory banks. It's through your thoughts that you recall information from your memory banks. Finally, your feelings and or actions will be based on the information that you recall. This happens to you all the time, but it happens so fast that you're not even aware of it. Understand that if you learn to control your thoughts, then you'll have the power to feel whatever emotions you want to feel, and you have the power to take whatever actions you want to take. Realize that without your memory, you wouldn't be able to continuously improve anything. All of your past knowledge and experiences would be completely useless to you without your memory. If it weren't for your memory, you'd have to relearn everything that you know, such as the alphabet, how to read, how to write, how to talk, how to walk, who you are, where you live, and so on every day. At this point, I'm sure you see why it's a good idea to continuously improve your memory. Most people, however, never take the time to improve their memory. The reason is very simple. It's not easy. It takes a lot of mental effort. But by continuously improving your memory, you'll have the power that you'll need to have complete control over your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your future. When you think with images. Even when you think of words or numbers, you form an image of them in your mind. So realize that you already have a photographic memory. You simply need to develop it if you want it to become more effective. By developing and improving your memory, you'll be directly developing and improving yourself and your unlimited possibilities. For the best information available on memory, see How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, your Personal Perfection Catalog. That is no longer available. It was never developed. Now, I suggest you search on YouTube. By improving your memory, you'll be improving the quality of your experiences in life, 1, and 2, your ability to clearly remember those quality experiences. To learn. To learn is your power to store information in your mind. We all need to learn in order to understand anything, but what exactly does it mean to learn? To learn is your power to store information in your mind. In order for you to learn something, you have to become aware of it first. Then you have to focus on and study what you're trying to learn. After you study something, you store that information in your mind. Once you have that information stored in your mind, you have learned that information. Lived and earned. Learned. Learning, however, is only the first step. If you want to get any use out of what you learn, you need to be able to understand and remember that information. It's possible for you to learn something and then not remember what you've learned. It's also possible for you to learn something even if you don't understand what you're learning. However, it'll be much easier for you to learn and remember something if you understand it while you're learning it. Your power to understand and remember puts you in control of your life, but learning is the all-important first step. That's because if you don't learn something first, then it'll be impossible for you to understand it or remember it. Learning is a skill that you can improve through practice. For the best information available on learning, see How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, Your Personal Perfection Catalog. It never existed. Instead, search on YouTube. It's important for you to realize that it'll be much easier for you to learn anything if you learn how to learn first. Don't overlook this or any other basic truth in this series because each one is very important. Learning and continuously improving them all will help you continuously gain love, respect, happiness, health, wealth, strength, power, and more control over your life than you can even imagine. To remember. To remember is your power to recall information from your mind. We all need to remember. But what exactly does it mean to remember? To remember is your power to recall information from your mind. Information must be remembered in order for it to be useful to you. Continuously improving your power to remember is a very important part of improving your mind. You'll remember information more easily if you think more clearly. And that means to clearly ask and answer yourself questions. The most helpful question you can ask is, what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? The Helpology question. It'll be much easier for you to think more clearly if you're giving your mind and your body what it needs to be healthy. Most people already know this, but they still continue to smoke cigarettes, take harmful drugs, drink excessive alcohol, eat excessive amounts of sugar, and so on. When you start to use your personal perfection, you'll automatically start to think more clearly. Therefore, you'll automatically start to remember things more easily. An idea. An idea is your answer to a question that you ask yourself. We all have ideas, but what exactly is an idea? An idea is your answer to a question that you ask yourself. Asking yourself questions and then coming up with answers is a good example of how your mind actually works. Your thinking process is made up of questions and answers. In fact, you always think in these 3 steps. 1, you ask your mind a question. 2, your mind searches through your memory banks for an answer. 3, your mind gives you an answer to the question that you asked. Sometimes your mind answers, I don't know, or I have no idea. Think about it for a moment. Isn't it true that you always think with questions and answers? While you were thinking about it, you probably asked yourself something like, let's see, is that true? Do I always think with questions and answers? That was a question, wasn't it? And so was that, wasn't it? The fact is that you're always asking yourself questions and then coming up with answers to those questions. That's how your mind works. When you're trying to understand something, you continually ask yourself questions. For example, whenever you do anything, some of the questions that you continue to ask yourself are, where am I? What is that? What do I need to do right now? Is what I'm doing going to lead me to pain? And is what I'm doing going to lead me to pleasure? When you ask yourself questions like these, you answer them so fast that most of the time you aren't even aware that this is going on. Remember, when you think about something, what you're really doing is asking yourself questions directed at your memory. And your ideas are simply your answers to the questions directed at your memory. So, you'll always have great ideas if you continuously, 1, improve your memory, 2, increase your knowledge, 3, ask yourself great questions. Like the Helpology question, what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? Don't fall into the trap of asking yourself questions that only end up hurting your feelings, like, how come I always fail? Why am I so stupid? How come I never get anything done? Or why am I so ugly? If you ask yourself awful questions, then your mind will answer those awful questions with awful answers, like because you're a failure, because you don't know anything, because you're lazy as fuck, or because you were born ugly. When you realize that you're asking yourself awful questions, stop it immediately. Instead, be sure to always ask yourself great questions like these. What's the most helpful and simplest way that works? What can I do what can I do to continuously improve every area of my life that I'll truly enjoy doing? My answer to this question resulted in this series on your personal perfection as well as Helpology. 2, what can I do to continuously improve my mind that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about learning how to continuously improve your mind with someone that you love? 3, what can I do to continuously improve my emotions that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about learning how to continuously improve your emotions with someone that you love? 4, what can I do to continuously improve my body that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about joining a health club and enjoying physical exercise with someone that you love? 5, what can I do to continuously improve my personal relationships that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously giving and receiving more love and respect? 6, what can I do to continuously improve my business relationships that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about being more friendly whenever you talk to someone? 7, what can I do to continuously gain more love that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously giving and receiving more love? 8, what can I do to continuously gain more respect that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously giving and receiving more respect? 9, what can I do to continuously gain more happiness that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about only thinking thoughts that make you feel happy and continuously improving every area of your life? 10, what can I do to continuously gain more health that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about only eating your favorite healthy foods? 11, what can I do to continuously gain more energy that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about exercising and then enjoying 6 to 10 hours of quality sleep every night? 12, what can I do to continuously gain more physical strength that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about falling in love with weight training? 13, what can I do to continuously become more physically attractive that I'll enjoy doing? Why not try thinking about how great you'll look and feel if you exercise and only eat your favorite healthy foods? 14, what can I do to continuously gain more financial wealth that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously learning more about business and how to advertise effectively? 15, and market. 15, what can I do to continuously make myself, my family, my friends extremely proud of me that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously learning more about how to make money so that you'll always be able to provide those that you love with whatever they truly need and want? 16, what can I do that will truly give my children a head start in life? Why not share how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth with them? And the Helpology question, what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? 17, what are some of the things that I truly enjoy doing and how can I turn them into products that will be needed and wanted by a lot of people? If you're interested in becoming extremely financially wealthy, then be sure to continually ask yourself this great question. 18, what can I do to continuously rid myself from long-term pain that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about simply avoiding anything that leads you to long-term pain? 19, what can I do to continuously rid myself from fear that I'll truly enjoy doing? How about continuously learning more and understanding more about your fears? 20, what can I do to continuously gain more long-term pleasure than I've ever dreamt possible that I'll truly enjoy doing? Continuous improvement of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships will continuously help you gain more long-term pleasure than you ever dreamt possible. That's because your life will eventually become everything you ever dreamt and more. 21, what can I do that would continuously get me so excited that I would jump out of bed every morning that I'll truly enjoy doing? Why not try making a list of exactly how you truly want your life to be, developing definite plans on how to make things that way, and then taking logical actions toward what you truly want every day. Each and every question that I've listed here could change your life if you truly focused on it. After you finish reading this book, be sure to go back and read through all of them again. This time, really think about each question and then write down your own answers to each one. Continuously ask yourself great questions like these, and then be sure to keep searching for answers. Soon, through trial and error, you'll begin to find answers that truly work. Also, understand that coming up with great answers alone is not enough. You need to continuously, 1, Decide exactly what it is that you truly want. 2, develop a definite plan on how to get what you truly want. 3, follow through with your plan by taking logical actions every day. Be sure to realize that you'll get whatever you truly want if you clearly set a definite goal that gets you excited. 2, develop a definite plan toward that goal. 3, continuously take logical actions toward that goal. 4, learn from your mistakes and learn from other people's mistakes. Later, you'll be doing exactly what it is that you truly want to in the section entitled A Goal on page 303. If you always ask yourself great questions, then you'll always direct your life to whatever it is that you truly want it to go, and you'll truly enjoy doing it. Focus. Focus is your power to control your thoughts. Your focus is one of the many truly awesome powers that you have, but what exactly is focus? Focus is your power to control your thoughts. Whenever you think about something, you're focusing on that thought, and whatever you focus on, you will experience. If every day you focus on truly enjoying and appreciating the basics in your life, like breathing clean and fresh oxygen, drinking fresh and clean water, distilled, eating healthy foods, fresh fruits and vegetables and healthy meats, engaging in physical exercise, improving yourself a little bit each day, and spending quality time with the people that you love. I cannot describe in words how wonderful your experience of life will be. But on the other hand, if every day you focus on how terrible you feel, how overwhelming life is, how tired you are, and how hopeless your life is, I can describe exactly how that will affect you. It will make you feel terrible, overwhelmed, tired, and hopeless. And that's exactly what a lot of people do. They focus on how terrible things are or how terrible things could be, and then that becomes their experience of life. Simply refuse to ever let this happen to you. You can compare being in control of the focus of your mind to being in the driver's seat of an automobile. The choice would be yours. 1, you could steer that car and drive it to any part of the town that you wanted to. You could drive to a very bad area and see all the rundown houses that are vacated and falling apart. You would get to see all the pain and sorrow in the eyes of the residents there, whom have no direction and have given up on their lives. Or 2, you could steer that car and drive it to a very good area and see all the beautiful homes that are well taken care of and maintained. You would get to see all the pleasure and joy in the eyes of the residents there, whom have direction and are using effort to continuously improve their lives. All the while, you would have the choice of either driving off the road and crashing into a wall or staying on the road and obeying the traffic laws. Not only is having control over the focus of your mind like being able to steer a car to wherever you want it to go, having control over your thoughts is being like able to see any movie, listen to any song, and feel any emotion that you choose to feel at any time. Wow. Talk about freedom of choice. Whatever you focus on in life is what you'll experience. So always remember to focus on and enjoy, and I mean truly enjoy, every thought that you think, every emotion that you feel, and every action that you take. If you want to have more love in your life, then focus on more love. If you want to continuously improve yourself, then focus on continuously improving yourself. If you want to understand more, then focus on understanding more. If you want to make $1 million, then focus on making $1 million. Remember that once you get focused, you need to stay focused. The only way you can fail is if you decide to give up or stop trying. Everything else is a lesson learned, and therefore a success. Whatever you focus on will become real to you. In other words, whatever you choose to pay attention to is what you'll experience. Understand that if things aren't the way that you truly want them to be, then you don't have to feel bad about them. You can think about or visualize the way that you truly want things to be, and then that will become your experience. For example, if it's cold outside and you think about how cold it is, then you'll definitely feel cold. But if it's cold outside and you think about lying on the beach with the hot sun beating down on you and sweat dripping off your body, then your experience will be totally different. You won't feel as cold, and you might even begin to feel warm. Although you won't get a tan from your change of focus, you will experience more pleasurable thoughts and feelings inside your body. Now, I'm not saying to completely ignore what's truly happening around you. In fact, what I'm saying is just the opposite. I'm saying to be completely aware of what's happening inside you and realize that you have complete control over it. Understand that although it may be cold outside, you have the power to control the way your surroundings make you feel. If you don't like cold weather and you want the sun all year round, then take control of your life. Develop a definite plan in a logical order for making whatever necessary money you'll need, and then simply move to another part of the world where the sun shines all the year round. The same applies to anything that you're not truly happy with. Take control and then focus on changing it. But in the meantime, stop focusing on how terrible you think things are, because whatever you continuously think about, you will eventually have in your life. Realize that almost everything that you have in your life was a thought first. Think about it. Things don't pop out of thin air. You think about them first, and then you find a way to get them. Would you agree that if you never thought about how to become a millionaire, there would be a very little chance of you ever becoming a millionaire? That's true with almost anything. If you never think about it, then it will probably never happen. Now remember, your focus or attention is your power to control your thoughts. Although your attention can be distracted by things that happen around you, the truth is that you have complete control over the direction of your focus. Realize that your focus is extremely valuable to you. Stay in complete control of it, and don't let other people direct your attention to where they want it to go. Make sure that you're the one who's in control of your thoughts. Just like anything else, practice makes perfect. So practice directing your attention to wherever it is that you truly want it to go. Repetition is the mother of skill, said Tony Robbins. Then practice keeping it there for at least 5 minutes. This is a great exercise for developing the control that you have over your thoughts. This exercise is also a very difficult one. Try it and you'll see what I mean. Having complete control over the direction of your attention will be a skill that you'll wonder how you ever got along without it. Basically, you already have control over your thoughts, and you've had control for quite some time now. You just simply haven't realized how powerful your focus truly is. Awareness is your power to sense something. You need your awareness in order to survive, but what exactly is awareness? Awareness is your power to sense something. In order to think about something, you have to become aware of it or sense it first. Your power to sense something comes through one or up to all 5 of your senses. Again, your 5 senses are 1, seeing, 2, hearing, 3, smelling, 4, touching, 5, tasting. See, hear, smell, touch, taste. Once you become aware of something, then the next step is to understand it or figure out what it means. You can be very aware of something and still not understand it. Babies are a good example of this. They are very aware when they need to eat or when they need to have their diapers changed because their body senses it, but they don't understand why they cry. In fact, they don't even know that they're crying because they haven't developed a consciousness yet. More on consciousness later. You can raise your awareness of something by simply studying it. If you're not aware of what's truly going on around you or inside you, then you'll have very little control over your life. So decide right now that you're going to use effort to continuously increase your awareness. Because if you don't increase your awareness, then your life will be controlled by someone or by something else, by other people or by an addictive substance. You can never become too aware of what's truly going on around you and inside you. By having more awareness, it will be much easier for you to figure out the meanings of things. Awareness will give you the information that you'll need to understand what's truly happening. Then you'll know exactly what you need to do to make your life the way you truly want it to be. You can raise your awareness by simply directing your focus and choosing to study whatever it is that you truly want to become more aware of. If you continuously increase your awareness in every area of your life, then you'll be on the right track to increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And that's exactly what you're doing as you read this series on your personal perfection. You're raising your awareness in every area of your life. By having more awareness, you'll have more choices, more power, and more control to live your life exactly the way you truly want to live it. To understand. To understand is your power to figure out the meaning of something. We all need to understand, but what exactly does it mean to understand? To understand is your power to figure out the meaning of something. Before you can understand something, you need to become aware of it first. Then you need to study it in order to figure out the meaning of it. Once you understand something, it becomes knowledge to you. If you want to understand anything, you need to study it. The more you study something, then the more you'll begin to understand it. Sorry, I'm recording, Ma. Realize that one of our greatest desires as human beings is our desire to be understood. When you go out of your way to understand the needs of the people around you, they will automatically respect you more. A good way to communicate your concern for the needs of other people is by simply asking them, what exactly are your needs? Before we talk about what my needs are, I want to make sure that I completely understand your needs first. By asking other people what their needs are first, they'll be more happy to help you with what you need. So, if you want to fill your needs, then simply try to understand the needs of other people and then help them fill their needs first. Understand that all human beings basically want the same 5 things. Every human being wants to be 1, loved, 2, respected, 3, happy, 4, healthy, 5, wealthy. Do you know anyone who wants to be unloved, disrespected, sad, sick, and poor? I don't either. But understand that everyone has their own beliefs about what's going to help them gain love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. There's even a more basic understanding about what all human beings want that you need to become aware of. It's called the pain and pleasure principle. The pain and pleasure principle simply states that all human beings want to avoid pain and gain pleasure. But understand that it's not always actual pain that they try to avoid. People try to avoid what they believe will lead to pain. And it's not always actual pleasure that they try to gain. People try to gain what they believe will lead to pleasure. In fact, there's a reason for every action that you take and for everything that you do. The reason is that you believe that it will either help you avoid some type of pain or that it will help you gain some type of pleasure. That's why people come on this video and they click off, because they believe that it's going to give them too much pain to have to think, or they don't think it's going to give them pleasure by learning, and that's true for them. So understand that what we all truly want is to simply feel good. It all comes down to our feelings and emotions. Therefore, the most important thing for you to understand is 1, what is truly going to lead you to pain? 2, what is truly going to lead you to pleasure? Otherwise, you'll believe that what you're doing is helping you avoid pain and gain pleasure, but in the long term, it will end up being just the opposite, like not watching this video. If what you're doing isn't increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then why are you wasting your time and energy doing it? That's a good question, isn't it? Well, it all comes down to your beliefs. You truly believe that what you're doing is helping you avoid some type of pain, and you truly believe that what you're doing is helping you gain some type of pleasure. The only problem is that you have beliefs that are hurting you. And if you truly love and respect your mind, your emotions, and your body, and your relationships, then you'll never want to hurt them. If you don't truly love and respect yourself enough to stop hurting yourself and the people that you love, then understand that you always have the power to continuously improve every area of your life. If deep down inside you don't feel like you're worth it, then understand that there's a reason for the way you feel. Low self-esteem is very common. The reason low self-esteem is very common is simply because few people truly understand what self-esteem is, your self-estimation of your own value or worth or helpfulness, let alone what they need to do to continuously improve it. I'm here to tell you that it's never too late to turn it all around. I know because I've been there. I've had my own battles with cigarettes, alcoholism, and drug abuse. And it was all because I had low mental, emotional, physical, and relational self-esteem. But my past is nothing to be ashamed of, simply because I learned from my past. In fact, my past is something to be humbled by or proud of, but I'd prefer to say humbled by, simply because I wouldn't have learned everything that I know now if I hadn't made so many mistakes. Through all of my pain and self-abuse, I learned what's truly important the hard way. The only thing you should be ashamed of is what you're doing or what you're not doing right now. And if there's a reason to be ashamed of it, then simply change it. Do yourself a favor and learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to feel the pain that I felt. Why should you use effort to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships? Because you're worth it. You're worth it, and so are the people in your life that you love. So start using your power to make your life the way you've always wanted it to be. You need to start using your personal perfection and applying Helpology. The best way to change something in your life over the long term is to 1, realize that you're in control and that you can change whatever you truly want to right now. 2, decide that you deserve to live better. 3, continuously love and respect yourself more. 4, focus on the pain that you'll keep getting if you don't change right now. 5, focus on the pleasure that you'll get if you change right now. 6, replace whatever used to hurt you with something that will truly end up helping you increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If these 6 steps don't work the first time that you try them, then simply start over. Keep starting over until you change. The only way you can fail is if you decide to give up or stop trying or click off the video. Your mind is much more powerful than many people want you to believe. You see, when you start using your personal perfection, it reminds other people around you that they're not doing what they need to be doing to gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. You become a constant reminder to them of their own problems. When you start to gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, many people will become jealous of you. When you start living your life the way that they wish they could live theirs, but they're either too lazy or too afraid to use effort, it makes them look and feel like they aren't as good as you. And nobody likes to feel less valuable. So don't be surprised when other people try to talk you out of continuously improving yourself and every area of your life. Believe it or not, you should expect your family and your friends to try to slow you down the most. Why? Because they'll be reminded of their problems almost every day. Simply understand that however hard you try to continuously improve yourself, there will be people all around you trying just as hard to keep you on their level. So don't be surprised when this happens. Instead, be ready for it and expect it. If you start to find out that your family and friends aren't on your side, then it'll be up to you to decide whether or not you want to keep them in your life. If they truly love and respect you, then they'll truly want to see you continuously gain more love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. So don't waste your time with people who don't deserve your love and respect. Here's something else that you need to understand. Don't use advice from anyone who isn't already successful at what you're trying to do. You wouldn't ask a homeless person how to become a millionaire, would you? So don't ask someone who is hated, disrespected, sad, sick, or poor how to gain love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth, because the odds are they will not have the answers that you need. Did you know that you have the power to understand anything in the entire universe? It's true. You have the power to understand anything in the entire universe as long as it is broken down and explained to you in an order that you can understand. For example, you would be able to understand nuclear physics as long as it was broken down into basic English, math, science, and physics, and then explained to you. Of course, you would need to learn basic English, math, science, and physics first. But understand that there are many things that you don't need to understand. You don't need to understand something if understanding it isn't going to help you increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, or wealth. If you try to understand something that isn't going to help you increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then you're wasting your valuable time and energy on something that isn't going to help you. For example, unless you fix computers for a living, you don't need to understand everything there is to know about computers. You only need to understand how to use a computer if you want to make it work for you. And if you want to use the telephone, you don't need to understand everything there is to know about fiber optics. You only need to understand how to use a telephone if you want to make it work for you. Understand that sometimes you don't need to understand. Only try to figure out the meaning of something if it's important for you to understand it. Having this single understanding will save you more valuable time and energy than you can even imagine. The reason you try to understand something in the first place is so that you can use that new understanding to help continuously improve your life. If you don't use something once you understand it, then it's almost the same thing as not understanding it at all. After you understand something, be sure that you actually use it to help continuously improve yourself and every area of your life. The reason that your life isn't exactly the way that you truly want it to be right now is because you simply haven't given yourself a good enough reason to truly want to use effort to continuously improve your life. The truth is that you're afraid of using effort to continuously improve every area of your life. I'm not talking about being deathly afraid. I'm simply talking about feeling uncomfortable with the idea. But it's not your fault. During your education, no one ever taught you that what you needed to know to overcome your fears. You're naturally going to be afraid of something that you don't understand. Because if you don't understand something, then you have no way of knowing if it's going to lead you to pain or if it's going to lead you to pleasure. And since nobody wants to experience pain, you'll naturally proceed with caution or fear. The adults around you were probably not even aware of what they needed to know either. This is not a true statement that no one wants to experience pain. There are some people that love pain, so that's their choice. The adults around you were probably not even aware of what they needed to know either. So how could they have taught you something if they don't even know it themselves? Being an adult doesn't necessarily make you a knowledgeable and mature human being, but it's not their fault either. No one ever taught them what they needed to know, let alone how to teach it to someone else. But now you understand your personal perfection. It will be your fault if you don't gain as much love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth as you want to truly gain. You're the one who has to change it because no one else will do it for you. Fear of what you don't understand, fear of the unknown, is the most common fear of them all. Fear of the unknown comes from not understanding something. Now you have no reason to fear anything because you're beginning to understand everything that you've needed to know ever since you were born. Understanding your personal perfection will help you understand how to continuously gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. To realize is your power to understand something and then actually use it. To realize something gives you power, but what exactly does it mean to realize? To realize is your power to understand something and then actually use it. Realize, to make it real. To realize is to make something become real to you. To realize. When you realize something, you not only understand it, but you make it become real to you by actually using it. When you realize something, it gives you strength and power because it puts you in control. After you understand something, that something's good for you, be sure to realize it by actually using it. And after you understand that something's bad for you, be sure to realize it by never doing it again. You can understand that something's good or bad for you, but you won't realize it until you actually use it. And just like anything else in life, if you don't use it, you will lose it. Let me say that again. If you don't use it, you will lose it. That's true for everything in your life, including your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. So, be sure that you're continuously using and improving your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships every day, because if you don't, then you'll lose them. The reason I wrote this series was not only to get you to understand your personal perfection, I wrote this series to get you to realize your personal perfection. Everything written here is easy to understand. In fact, you could have written this series yourself. We all understand these basic truths, but how many people do you know who actually realize these basic truths? Do you even know one person? I know I don't. That's probably because no one has ever had all of these basic truths in one place so that they could easily review them over and over again for the rest of their entire life. People will no longer have to go through their entire lives without understanding or realizing exactly what will end up helping them gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. From now on, you and whomever you love enough to share this with will be able to easily review these basic truths over and over again. And then you and whomever you love will be able to realize your personal perfection. I'm sure that there are several people in your life whom you truly love and respect who want to share these important basic truths with. And one of the best parts about it is that they'll truly love and respect you even more because you'll be giving them the understanding that they need to start realizing their dreams. Realize that you have your very own teacher's manual to life in your hands. Now use it, you lazy ass. Experience. Experience is the knowledge and power that you gain by doing something. You gain experience every day, but what exactly is experience? Experience is the knowledge and power that you gain by doing something. If you're not doing anything, then you'll gain very little experience. If you want to gain more knowledge and power, then simply start doing more. One of the best ways to learn more about something is by actually doing it yourself. It's a good idea to learn from other people first so that you don't end up making the same mistakes that they've already made. However, you'll usually learn your greatest lessons by actually doing things yourself. Experience is there to help teach you. So always ask yourself the question, what has this experience taught me? And what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? That way you'll always learn and grow from your experiences, even the ones that are painful. In fact, you'll learn your greatest lessons from painful experiences. So don't be afraid of new experiences. They'll increase your knowledge and power much more than you can even imagine. When you experience something, let your feelings flow and then let your feelings go. This simple saying is very powerful. It means that you shouldn't be afraid of experiencing your feelings. Don't bottle them up. Your feelings are a very real part of you, so don't hold them back. Men, it also means that after you experience an emotion, don't hold on to that emotion. Simply let it go of it. If you like that emotion that you felt, then you can always feel it again through a similar thought or experience in the future. If you don't like the emotion that you felt, then you can avoid that emotion by simply avoiding similar thoughts or experiences in the future. Experience each moment as if it were your last. If you truly do this, then you'll find yourself enjoying your life much more because every moment will become very important and special to you. Every moment is different in some way. Even things that seem the same are actually a little different because you and the things around you are always changing. If you focus on how unique each moment is, then each day will be a uniquely wonderful experience for you. If you always focus on learning from your experiences, then you'll always be continuously increasing your love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. To study. To study is your power to use your mind to improve your knowledge. You need to study if you want to improve anything, but what exactly does it mean to study? To study is your power to use your mind to improve your knowledge. The only way you'll understand anything is if you study it. If you want to understand it, then you need to study your mind. If you want to understand your mind. If you want to understand your emotions, then you need to study your emotions. If you want to understand your body, then you need to study your body. And if you want to understand your relationships, then you need to study your relationships. If you want to have more love in your life, then you need to study love. If you want to have more respect in your life, then you need to study respect. If you want to live a happier life, then you need to study happiness. If you want to live a healthier life, then you need to study health. And if you want to live a wealthier life, then you need to study wealth. And if you want to be in the kingdom of Yahuwah, then you need to study the Sefer. There's an enormous amount of information available for you to study today on almost every topic that you can even imagine on YouTube. But where do you start? Google on YouTube. Whenever you want to understand anything, simply start with the basics. I have developed personal perfection so that you don't have to search through all the information that's available today. Because although some of it is very good information, a lot of the information available today will only end up decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. I know because I've read a lot of it. Some of the information is very misleading and could end up hurting you much more than it could end up helping you. So be careful. Always ask yourself the question, is this information true? And if so, will it end up helping me gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth? We're all very fortunate to have the wealth of knowledge that's available to us today. The knowledge that's available to us today helps us learn from the experience of others. Imagine how difficult it would be to learn something if you had to study it without information from anyone else. You would have to do a lot more work than you would probably imagine. It would take you years of intense study and research to even begin to understand many things. Instead, you can read a book in 3 hours and learn everything that it took the author 20 years to learn. Studying something doesn't take time away from you. Studying saves you time. Studying doesn't have to be something that's uncomfortable or painful to do. In fact, you'll want to study something if it's interesting or important to you. Wouldn't you agree that you and your family's love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth is important? You'll also want to study something if it's enjoyable for you to do. So think of ways that will make studying more enjoyable for you. I enjoy reading a good book or listening to some good tapes while I relax on a comfortable bed. Learning and relaxing at the same time will make studying feel relaxing. It feels great knowing that you're studying something that will help you continuously improve your life and the lives of those that you love. So when you study something, focus on the pleasure that you'll experience if you learn more. And focus on the pain that you'll experience if you don't learn more. For example, you won't know what to do to continuously improve your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships if you don't continuously learn more about them. Be sure to realize that studying is one of the best investments that you can ever make. To teach. To teach is your power to show the meaning of something. We all have the power to teach, but what exactly does it mean to teach? To teach is your power to show the meaning of something. Understand that when someone teaches you something, they aren't the one who's really teaching you. What they're doing is sharing their knowledge with you. You're the one who's really teaching yourself. Teachers share their knowledge with you, but if you don't want to teach yourself the meaning of what they're sharing with you, then you'll never learn it. You're the teacher because you're the one who chooses to show yourself the meaning of the knowledge that someone shares with you. Think about it. Students teach themselves by choosing to understand what's being shared with them by their teacher. So the teacher is really the sharer, and the student is really the teacher. That's why I like to think of myself as someone who shares knowledge with people rather than someone who teaches people. Because when I share my knowledge with you, you're the one who's really teaching yourself. And if you really think about it, you've been teaching yourself ever since you were born. All along, you've been both the teacher and the student. There's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. It basically means that there are teachers all around you, and that when you decide that you want to learn something, you'll easily find someone who will teach it to you. Here's my saying. When you are ready, the teacher will appear from within you. It simply means that you've always taught yourself, and that when you're ready to learn more, you'll teach yourself more by choosing to find whatever information you'll need. And when you're ready, you invite the Spirit in you. Let's do it right now. Heavenly Father, Father Yahuwah, we ask that you indwell us with your set-apart breath, your dedicated spirit. We're going to trust in the death, burial, resurrection of your Son, Yahusha. I am he who saves, the Black Messiah. And thank you for the salvation you're giving us right now. Help us to stay in your will and obey your Torah, the first 5 books of Moses, and all the commandments in the New Testament. Whenever we read any scripture, if we can still do it, help us to do it and remain in covenant with you so that we'll be in the kingdom. And we ask and pray this in Yahusha's precious name. Let it be true. Amen. When you are ready, the teacher will appear from within you. The set-apart breath, the Holy Spirit will appear within you when you're ready. You got to pray for him to come in. It simply means that you've always, and then he says that once he's in you, the Spirit, the Helper, will guide you into all truth like he's doing right now. It simply means that you've always taught yourself, and that when you're ready to learn more, you'll teach yourself more by choosing to find whatever information you'll need. If you want to understand something better, then start sharing it with other people. This will force you to understand it better because you'll want to be able to understand all the questions that people will be asking you. But don't tell other people that you're teaching them something. Explain it to them like this. I'm not really teaching you anything. What I'm doing is sharing my knowledge with you. You're the one who's really teaching yourself. This is important because if you make someone feel like you're the teacher and they're the student, then it makes them feel like you're better than they are. Especially if you're older, if they're older than you. But the truth is that everyone is better than they realize because they truly are the ones who are teaching themselves. Education is the improvement of your knowledge. We all need education. It means to open up. But what exactly is education? Education is the improvement of your knowledge. By choosing to continuously educate yourself, you'll become much more logical, effective, and in control of your life. Education will give you more choices. In your life, as well as increase your possibilities for long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Viewer, you might as well click off. You know you're not going to stay. Thank you. Your education is the never-ending improvement of your knowledge. Your education can always grow because no matter how much you improve your knowledge, you'll always be able to improve it even more. As you educate yourself, I guarantee you that living your life will become much easier. Continuous education will give you the knowledge that you'll need to have or do whatever you truly want in your life. If you don't continuously educate yourself, then you'll become unhappy and unable to compete in this rapidly changing world. We are in the information age. Realize that your education doesn't end after you finish school. Oh, no, that's when it starts. In fact, after you finish school, your education is really just beginning because some of the most important things that you need to know aren't even taught in schools. Also realize that what you do with what you know is much more important than simply knowing what to do. Education alone is not enough. You have to actually use the knowledge that you have if you want to continuously improve your life. Knowledge is knowing what to do. Wisdom is doing what you know. You want wisdom. That means you need to continuously take logical actions. Look around you. Everyone knows that they need to eat healthy food, exercise, and truly enjoy and appreciate every day of their life. But how many people do you know who actually do these things? There are many people who have a very good education, but don't actually use what they know. All of that knowledge, yet still, they aren't gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Be sure that you don't make the same mistake, silly. Learn what to do and then actually do what you've learned. Also understand the difference between your general education and your education in general. Your general education is your basic knowledge, like reading, writing, and math. That's where you need to start. If you don't have a strong general education, it's never too late to begin improving it. You'll need a strong general education before you can learn anything else. For the best information available on your general education, search on YouTube. Your education in general is everything that you've learned over your entire life. It's your very own lifelong gathering of knowledge. Be sure to realize that you're in complete control of your education. Understand that it's your individual responsibility to, one, decide exactly what it is that you truly want. Two, decide exactly what knowledge you'll need to learn in order to get what you truly want. Your personal perfection was written to give you and whomever you love a system for continuous improvement of your mind, your emotions, your body, and your relationships. If you continuously educate yourself, then you'll have the knowledge that you'll need to continuously improve every area of your life. A fact. A fact is information that has truly happened. You'll often hear people tell you that what they are saying is a fact, but what exactly is a fact? A fact is information that has truly happened. You will usually be able to find out if something is a fact simply because facts can be tested and proven to be true. When someone tells you that what they are saying is a fact, they're simply telling you that what they are saying has truly happened. But if the information cannot be tested and proven to be true, then you'll have no way of knowing whether or not what they are saying has truly happened. You need to be aware that there is a lot of information around you that is either false or misleading because you live in Satan's kingdom. Sometimes, and he's the father of lies, and he's had lots of time to do this before you were here. Sometimes people will say that what they are telling you is a fact just so that you'll believe that what they're telling you is true. But remember, facts can be tested and proven to be true. So if someone says that something is a fact, then simply ask them if they can prove it to you. If it cannot be proven to you, then it is not a fact. Don't believe everything that people tell you. Being skeptical is a very natural and healthy way of thinking. If what someone is saying is true, then they'll have no problem with proving it to you. Just because someone tells you that something is true does not mean that you should automatically believe that it's true. You should always question everything. Euripides said, question everything, learn something. Ask yourself the question, what's the most helpful and simplest way that works? How can I test this information and find out if it's true? Don't rely on other people for the truth, simply because the truth is that other people will often lie to you. Usually, other people will lie to you because they're trying to trick you. But sometimes people may lie to you and not even know what they are telling you is false. They may truly believe that the earth is a spinning ball. They may truly believe that what they're telling you has truly happened. But the problem will be that someone else has lied to them. And instead of testing the information themselves, like finding no curvature in the world, and instead of testing the information themselves, find out if it was true, they just automatically believe that it was true. Social proof. So don't forget to ask yourself the question, how can I test this information to find out if it's true? Of course, after you figure out a way to test the information, the only way you'll find out if it's true is if you actually test it. So be sure to test information yourself to find out if it's true. That way, you'll always know firsthand whether or not something is a fact. Realize that facts will help you make better decisions. If you use information that is not factual, then it may end up hurting you in the long term. So whenever possible, only use facts to make decisions with. If you only make decisions based on facts, then you'll always end up gaining more long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And the Sefer scriptures are factual. A belief is your personal view or judgment that something is true. We have our own beliefs, but what exactly is a belief? A belief is your personal view or judgment that something is true. Your beliefs are very powerful. That's because whatever you believe to be true will be true to you. That is, like, it's a waste of time to watch this video, viewer. Might as well leave now. If you believe that something is true, then it will be true to you in your mind. See? Realize that you form new beliefs whenever you learn something new. Whenever you learn something new, you either believe that it's true or you believe that it's false. Be sure to realize that your beliefs can either help you or hurt you. Realize that every person is unique and many people have beliefs that are very different from yours. If you were born in a different part of the world, then you would have many beliefs that are totally different from the ones that you have now. Your experiences shape your beliefs. Understand that every person has the individual right to believe whatever they want to, as long as they don't end up physically hurting anyone else because of their beliefs. Make sure that the beliefs that you have are your beliefs and not someone else's beliefs. You have developed most of your beliefs from the people that you have respected in your life, especially when you were a young child. Do you realize that you developed most of your beliefs before you even had a good sense of who you are? Now that you have a better sense of who you are, it's a good idea to think about the beliefs that you have and make sure that they're beliefs that you truly want to have and that they're helping you rather than hurting you. If your beliefs are not increasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then it would be a good idea to change some of them. For example, if when you were growing up, you respected someone who smoked cigarettes, you may have started smoking cigarettes because you wanted to be more like that person. In other words, you developed the belief that smoking cigarettes would make you more like the person that you respected. The problem is that you did not respect that person because they smoked cigarettes. You respected that person for other reasons. One reason might have been that they were simply older or bigger than you. Today, you may still find yourself smoking cigarettes because you truly believe that people will respect you if you smoke. After all, you respected someone who smoked. Do you see how you may have developed beliefs that are hurting you? Remember, if you have a belief that is decreasing your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, then it would be a good idea to change that belief. Next, you're going to learn exactly what you need to do to change a belief. The best way to change a belief that you have that is hurting you is 1, realize that you're in control and that you can change any belief that you have right now. 2, think about and feel all the pain that you have felt, all of the pain that you are now feeling, and all of the pain that you will continue to feel if you don't change your belief right now. 3, think about and feel all of the pleasure that you could have felt before, all of the pleasure that you could be feeling now, and all of the pleasure that you would continue to feel in the future if you change your belief right now. 4, replace whatever belief you have that is hurting you with a new belief that will end up helping you to continuously increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. If these 4 steps don't work the first time that you try them, then simply start over. Keep starting over until you change your belief. The only way you can fail is if you decide to give up or stop trying. One of the most important things you need to understand is that the beliefs that you have about yourself are much more important than the beliefs that other people have about you. In fact, many of the beliefs that other people will have about you will be based on the beliefs that you have about yourself. For example, if you believe that you're in control of your life, then other people will also believe that you're in control of your life because they'll be able to sense your thoughts through your body language. Remember, why would someone else believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? If you believe that you have the power to continuously improve yourself in every area of your life, then each day you will continuously improve yourself and every area of your life. But if you believe that you have no control over your life, then you will not even try to continuously improve anything because you'll think to yourself, I have no control over my life, so why should I even try to continuously improve anything? Now, do you see how your beliefs can either help or hurt you? If you believe that you can do something, then you will have the power to do it. And if you don't believe that you can do something, then you will not have the power to do it. If you believe that you can do something, then you will be able to. And if you believe that you can't do something, then you won't be able to. You'll become what you believe you can become, and you'll get whatever you expect. It's as simple as that. Be sure to realize that you can do almost anything if you keep trying, simply because you'll always learn from your mistakes as you go. Having a strong belief in your personal perfection is the first step toward gaining long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Technically, to have eternal love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, the first step is to invite Yahusha, I am he who saves, into your heart and life. Your conscience. Your conscience is your power to tell the difference between good and bad and to want to be good. You need to continuously develop your conscience if you want to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. But what exactly is your conscience? Your conscience is your power to tell the difference between good and bad and to want to be good. Your conscience, pronounced conscience, is a very important part of who you are. Realize that if you don't have a conscience, then you will not be able to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Many doctors who study the mind, psychologists, study of human behavior, sociologists, study of group behavior, helpologists, biblical and scientific helpologist, one who researchers uses and recommends the world's most helpful products and services. one who biblically and scientifically researches, uses, and recommends the world's most helpful products and services. Many doctors who study the mind believe that our conscience is almost entirely developed during the first 2 years of our lives. Our conscience is almost entirely developed before we even know who we are. Our conscience is basically developed through the love and attention that we get from our parents or care providers. If a parent neglects a child by not taking care of that child's basic needs, food, love, attention, etc., then that child may develop into a person who has no conscience. Someone without a conscience has no understanding of the difference between good and bad, right and wrong, good and evil, good and bad actions, and has no desire to be good. For the best information available on your conscience, Google on YouTube. The difference between good and bad actions is very easy to understand. An action is good if it purposefully helps you, someone else, or society. And an action is bad if it purposefully hurts you, someone else, or society. I so want to take a break. I'm going to cut this into 2 videos. I'm going to end it after this chapter. I got to get some food. Good actions purposely help people and bad actions purposefully hurt people. It's as simple as that. The one exception to hurting someone else is if you hurt someone else in self-defense. Self-defense is a good action, simply because even though you may be hurting someone else, you are helping defend yourself and your basic individual rights. The person who chooses to hurt someone else first also chooses to give up their basic individual rights. It is not bad to hurt someone else in self-defense if they are trying to hurt you or someone that you love first. In fact, it's your duty to protect yourself and to protect those that you love. Another way of telling the difference between good and bad actions is simply this. Good actions increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth, and bad actions decrease your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Now, do you see why you need your conscience? If you don't have the power to tell the difference between good and bad and want to be good, then you'll never be able to gain long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. Your personal perfection will continuously increase your desire to be good, simply because being good is the only way to continuously increase your long-term love, respect, happiness, health, and wealth. And we'll pick up with your conscience. But we're going to end this recording of How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth, Personal Perfection of Your Mind, Your Personal Guide to Continuous Improvement by Dominic Ficini, read by the author with commentary, David Yah Christian. Ta-ta.